Hello, gamers. Hello. We just went live. I already made a mistake. The title of the stream is What Antediluvian Terrors Reside in These Potent Potables? Alack, it is fruitless now. But we're actually going to start with the dulls because we always start with the dulls, but I'm going to leave the title the same. I'm just going to call it, it's going to be just chatting instead. It's kind of, some macabre vibes for no reason whatsoever except that we're playing Darkest Dungeon 2 afterwards. Okay, we're loading up the dulls. Thank you for your patience while I was late, by the way. Much appreciated. We're late but early. You know how here's the thing, man. You know what it is? I have way more this is just growing up. I have way more respect now for real people, like people who work real jobs, whose businesses are open on Saturday. Because that's pretty rare in the modern world, unless you're like a restaurant or a retail outlet. Like we had to update our insurance. We made an appointment to do it on Saturday morning at 10 a.m. We went in and we did it, and there should have been like a tip option on the card reader. Like you didn't have to be here on a Saturday. You were here on a Saturday to make my life easier, and I appreciate that. Like here's an extra 10% or whatever. But every other real business that you have to interface with, like, sorry, like we had an important appointment today. You can't just ask like, hey, accountant, would you like to meet Sunday afternoon at 2:30 p.m.? I understand how it is. So the streamer always has to change their schedule. It's very hard being a streamer. It's probably one of the hardest jobs in the world in some aspects. You got to take time off for the dentist. I know that's insane to me. What percentage of like half days do you think are for dentist-based purposes? I bet it's like 25%. Because if people are going to be sick, they're going to take a whole day. Or if they have like a lot of stuff to do, they're going to take a whole day. A half day is like the domain of a dentist or a doctor's appointment. There must be like 25% of half days are for dentists. That's crazy. But then one of my friends is a dentist. I'm always like, I go to the dentist, but I'm like, fuck the dentist. The dude has the easiest job of all time. The dental hygienist does all the work, and then the dentist comes in and asks me if I floss. He's like a lie detector test, but only for whether or not I floss. He already knows the answer. Why are you even asking? But then my friend is a dentist, and he says, like, who would have thought? From the outside looking in, it's not as easy as you would think it is. He says he's got to work a lot of hours because he works at like a corporate dentist office, so they got to pay like fees into the combined accounts. It's not like in the old days you would just own your own practice or something like that, and it would be like, this is Dr. Bob's Dentistry. Nowadays, they're all called like, it's Leaf Hill Dentistry, and it's owned by some private equity corporation, and the dentists are actually getting crushed under the boot of capitalism as well. I didn't know. I didn't know the dentists were allies. I had no idea. Sounds like he's not a good dentist. I mean, he's 34. I think 34 is pretty young. I mean, as a dentist, you don't even really become like a dentist until you're like 28 or something like that, right? So what's crazy about being like a urologist? I think you graduate from, with your bachelor's degree, then you go to medical school, then you do your specialization in urology, you graduate and you're like 35 years old, and then you retire when you're 50. It's like we only get like a couple of years of seasoned urologists. I want a 49-and-a-half-year-old urologist if I ever have to see one. I don't want one who's 52 because I know he's got one foot out the door, and I don't want one who's 36 because I might be his first patient. It might be the first time he's ever seen one like mine before. I don't want that. Anyway. Or do I? They call them the dulls if they're anything but. We're going to try to go quick today because we started the stream a little late today. Guess which country exports petroleum and bananas? I will tell you that my guess is that this is Venezuela. It is not Venezuela. Crustaceans. It's 1,500 kilometers southwest of Venezuela. Could it be Peru? Does Peru have crude petroleum? Ah, it's north of Peru. It's Ecuador. Hey, he knows South America! He knows South America! He's not washed! We got a little Venezuela bias, because I get roasted for not guessing Venezuela whenever petroleum's one of the top exports, even when it's obviously not Venezuela. People are like, well, you underrate Venezuela. So now whenever there's anything that points to South America, I have to guess Venezuela. Otherwise, I'm not beating the Venezuelan hater allegations. Ecuador. It is not even close to Ecuador. They should give you, I mean, listen, the game is fine. It's great, actually. It's pure as is. But they should give you like one clue when you first guess. Because you can never get it on the first guess instead of like pure luck. In Tradle, you can at least take a little guess. Anyway, long story short, we're 9,000 kilometers away. Try me a little, it's not going to be Spain, brother. Give me Mali. That's even worse. Could it be New Zealand? Wow! He's insane! Guess number 3. Holy cow. Ghibli Nation! So true. By the way, don't even get me started. Corey made a tweet that we're playing London today. I had to tweet him and say, it's Tuesday, brother. London, everybody knows London's on Wednesday. London's a Wednesday thing. And then, last week when we were doing Core Keeper, Sips had the time wrong by 1 hour. You know that for me, it's not just that I have to correct them. It's that it's a look into my future. Because this is what happens to men when they get older. They start messing up the days of the week a little bit. They start messing up the clock. That's why they ask you to draw one. Every streamer needs to be sent like a planner in the mail. I don't think they would use it, but at least then there wouldn't be an excuse. This looks like upside down Egypt to me. I know that sounds insane. It's not that insane, brother. It's not that insane. 2,900 kilometers to the southwest. I'm in trouble. This could be Nigeria. It's southeast of Nigeria. This is not a part of Africa I know very well. Could this be Gambia? I feel like Gambia is not that close. Could this be Togo? Could this be Cote d'Ivoire? No, it's the wrong direction. Could this be the Central African Republic? No, it's to the left, also known as the west of the Central African Republic. This could be Benin. We don't guess Benin very often. It's not Benin. It's Equatorial Guinea. Oh no, it's not Equatorial Guinea. It's Cameroon! Cameroon. That's not really washed. It's not like I ever knew that one. Cameron? What is this? Succession? I don't think there's a character named Cameron in Succession, now that I think about it. I think that the guy who played Cameron in Ferris Bueller's Day Off is in the show, but he's probably not named Cameron. Okay, this is last summer, which is kind of crazy for me because I don't remember much of last summer. I definitely did not go see any movies in movie theaters. Opens to $144 million last summer. Could this be Spider-Man Far From Home, Spider-Man No Way Home. Let me get an actor. Chris Hemsworth. This is Thor, Love and Thunder. Wow, I didn't know that was like a year old. I still have not seen this. I'm going to be like 15th percentile today. This is so recent. A Universal movie that had a big drop off week to week. I want to say this is the newest Jurassic World. Could this be Jurassic World Dominion? It's not. Let me get an actor. Pierre Coffin, animation family comedy. Pierre Coffin? It's got to be like a Minions, right? Is this The Rise of Gru? It is The Rise of Gru, okay? Wait, you're right, I got Jurassic World by accident. Holy cow. I also felt like that was not a year old, but it is Dominion. Jurassic World, Dominions. Good joke, good joke. A Paramount movie that made 597 milli, that's going to be Top Gun Maverick. That's like guaranteed. I didn't even have to expand the menu. Warner Brothers, 91 million on week 3. It's a musical history drama. A musical biopic from last year. Is it Whitney Houston, I Want to Dance with Somebody? Austin Butler, it's Elvis. It's Elvis. Okay, this was really easy. Actually, my percentile was pretty good. I honestly thought I would get my ass beat just because I had to use like any clues at all. But yeah, I think it's a PB. I mean, it was literally last year, but I'll just be dead ass with you. I haven't seen a single one of these. Can you define the word antediluvian? It's old as shit, I think that's the dictionary definition according to Webster. By the way, have you seen Merriam-Webster on Twitter? They are grammar Andes are in shambles. No, you can't just use irregardless the same way you would use regardless. Merriam-Webster. Yes, you can. No, the dictionary when I was in 3rd grade would never. This new woke mind virus dictionary is taking away my identity of being the guy who corrects everybody's grammar. Cillian Murphy, Fears. This is, Sum of All Fears is Ben Affleck, Morgan Freeman. Fear. Some. I don't think it takes place in the 1950s, but I could be wrong. I also see Das Boot, which is there. I also see All Quiet on the Western Front, which is right there. And here's where things get touchy. Was Cillian Murphy in the Alfred Hitchcock biopic? Okay, look at this, okay. All Quiet on the Western... Sum of All Fears. Dude, we got our connection early. Okay, we still got 8 left. We got the Sum of All Fears, Das Boot, All Quiet on the Western Front. Emily Blunt. I'm fucking confused. I'm confused. It's probably Cillian Murphy and Emily Blunt in something that is a sequel. Okay, never mind. It was really easy. It's North by Northwest, Sum of All Fears, Das Boot, a sequel with Cillian Murphy and Emily Blunt. That's Quiet. It's A Quiet Place too. I haven't seen it. I didn't know that Cillian Murphy was in that one. Okay, and then All Quiet on the Western Front. It's not Cillian. It's Killian. Well, it sounds like it should be spelled with a K then. It's not really my fault. Take it up with Merriam-Webster, quite frankly. Stop saying Das Boot so weird. What do you? It's a normal O? No, it's not. It's 2 normal O's. That's how you spell boot. In German, is it just Das Boot? It's pronounced boat? Not in English. Sorry to tell you. In English, the boat is a video game that, in my opinion, has been surpassed by other asymmetrical hidden role games like Among Us and First Class Trouble. The Fablemans. Let me think. I see Paul Thomas Anderson. I see Magnolia. I see Boogie Nights. I see Phantom Thread. And I see The Master. And I see the movies that start with, oh, there's a lot of them. Okay, movies based on Shakespeare. The Lion King, The Hunger Games. This is kind of a tough one. Let me puzzle something out here. This Is the End it's about a movie about the end of the world. There's like horror movies, right? X is a horror movie. Texas Chainsaw Massacre is a horror movie. Now You See Me, this is a movie with a heist. Movies inspired by Battle Royale. Autobiographical films. People versus Larry, maybe The Fablemans is not the People versus Larry Flint is not autobiographical. The Master is not. Wait, is Phantom Thread autobiographical? Movies based on old TV shows. The Lone Ranger, Venom, Let There Be Carnage. Army Hammer is in this. Army Hammer also in. Woody Harrelson is in The Hunger Games. He's in The People versus Larry Flint. He's in Now You See Me. I don't know. He must be in Venom as well. Okay. Paul Dano, Michelle Williams, I don't know what else she's in. The Lion King. Jeremy Irons, Phantom Thread. No, there's Daniel Day-Lewis. Jonathan Taylor Thomas, Nathan Lane, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, movies with chainsaws, movies that take place in a crazy house. Average today is 3.3 out of 5, by the way. It's tougher. We got Matthew McConaughey. We got Jared Leto. I don't know if Jared Leto's in any of these other movies. Seth Rogen is a gimme, now that I think about it. I feel like I saw a tweet that Seth Rogen in The Fablemans has intercourse with Steven Spielberg's mom. Okay. X, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Lone Ranger. I have no idea what the connection is here. And then, well, you know what? Why don't we take a look? Setting Texas. That makes perfect sense. And then cast Seth. Oh, the new Lion King is Seth Rogen. Okay, right. He plays Pumbaa. And then the connection. Well, if we're thinking of the new one, we got Beyonce. We've got Billy Eichner. Magnolia has a star-studded cast featuring Julianne Moore, who's also in The Hunger Games Part 1 Mockingjay. I'm thinking of maybe like a Jesse Eisenberg. I'm thinking of Philip Seymour Hoffman. Thinking of Daniel Day-Lewis was in any of this. Courtney Love is in this, of course. I believe this is also directed by, his name's on the tip of my tongue. He also did Man on the Moon. His name is, I forgot. Milos Forman. Okay. Any other Milos Forman movies on here? Probably not. I don't think he made Zack and Miri Make a Porno. Disney properties. Don't think Disney produced any of these. Magnolia, John C. Reilly. Army Hammer. Is there a Paul Dano connection? Don't believe so. Julianne Moore is what's getting me here, man. Is she also in like The Fablemans? No, she's not. Okay. Julianne Moore's not technically in The Hunger Games either. Boogie Nights. We got Mark Wahlberg. I don't believe he's in Now You See Me. Courtney Love's in this. Woody Harrelson's in this. Philip Seymour Hoffman. Joaquin Phoenix. I don't believe he's in any of these other ones. Phantom Thread. Daniel Day-Lewis. I don't think it's Michelle Williams, who's also in The Fablemans. Elizabeth Banks. Elizabeth Banks. Oh, I give up. You got me. You got me with the one swap left. I really thought I had it. What's the solution? X, Zack and Miri Make a Porno, The People versus Larry Flint, and Boogie Nights theme the adult film industry. I thought X was about like a house party that goes wrong or something like that. Nope. I thought it's That's Project X. Oh. Oh, 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 oh. That's a tough one. I mean, we got 4 on a 3.3. I think that it was definitely like the 5 was gettable today, but I didn't get it. Holy cow. X is the Thai West before Pearl. I'm just going to be honest with you, Letterboxd Diamond member. I don't know what that means. The Thai West before Pearl? What's for breakfast at Cozy? The Thai West before... This means war. Looks like pure detritus. And Spy Kids 3 game over. There's no way we can't... So I'm looking, I see Antonio Banderas. And I see Ricardo Montalban. I see Carla Gugino. I see Sylvester Stallone. I see Alexa Vega. And I see Dylan Sabaro. I know the whole cast. That's a scary thought. The easiest connection in movie-to-movie history is always Sylvester Stallone. So I think that to do it without trying to just... Angela Bassett did the thing. To just try to get to Sylvester Stallone is... It's just the way we do it. We go Angela Bassett. We go Black Panther. She might even be in Infinity War now that I think about it. But I go Chadwick Boseman. Infinity War. Give me one of the Guardians of the Galaxy, please. I'll take Zoe Saldana. Take me to Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. And then give me Sylvester Stallone. Which takes us to Spy Kids 3D game over. Okay, we took 4. That's fine. Bro forgot about Creed. Who's in Creed that I missed? Oh, Black Panther, Michael B. Jordan, Creed. Black Panther, Michael B. Jordan, Creed, Sylvester. Yeah, that would be one shorter, for sure. Everyone forgot about Creed? I don't think so. Creed 3 made a ton of money. This means war. Reese Witherspoon, Legally Blonde, Holland Taylor, Spy Kids 3D game over. That's hacking. That's not real. That's a very impressive connection, but that's not... That's Engine, yes, good point. The only Holland I know is Holland Oates. Okay, guess the game. I'm telling you, I believe that I will get this guess the game today. This looks so familiar to me. I couldn't tell you what it is right away, but it looks so familiar to me. This looks like Hearthstone. That's what it looks like. Oh! I was like, I could just imagine myself clicking on this and it going... Waiting for make your turn. Make your move, motherfucker. Make your move. Okay, I remember that. Ooh. That's a good one. New update. Unlimited guest mode. It's already too hard, okay? Except this one's pretty easy. Hang on, the ads loading. Walmart, sizzling prices. This is Bayonetta or Bayonetta 2. Let's start with Bayonetta. Let's go with Bayonetta 2. It's not Bayonetta, like Beyonce's in it. That's Bayonetta 2. Give me Gamedel artwork. Gamedel artwork. I don't know about this one. I know you can't see it just yet. Something's not right with the ads, man. Why does the ad look so ghetto? Now we're talking. I'm waiting until I give you the good ad, okay? Nobody designed it? It's just text. This is Klonoa 2. This is Rayman. This is New Super Mario Brothers. New Super Mario Brothers U. This is New Super Mario Brothers Wii. Ah! You can tell because well, I guess it's just artwork, but I was like, the graphic design is horrendous. No disrespect. They did what they could with the Wii, okay? Take me to guess. It's just a series of clip art. You ever see the tweet that is like, video game ads used to just be a highly filtered picture of somebody and then like a ransom font that said, "Are you fucking stupid?" That's what I think about every time I see like a video game advertisement from 1995 until about 2010. It's just a dude with like big goggles on and like his hair's popping out of his head. "Are you fucking stupid?" And then it's like Sonic Adventure 2. This is Dark Souls 2. We're doing great today so far. It's older than 2014, and okay, this doesn't help me too much. Yo, new logos, man. New logos. It's not in the Dark Souls saga, and it's not a role-playing adventure game. Okay, can I possibly get a... It's Half-Life 2. It is a shooter only. It's first and third person. It came out on some of these. It's Fallout New Vegas. Oh, it's first and third person. Sorry, that's a role-playing game as well. Are you fucking stupid? It's on some of these platforms, and it's not in the Fallout saga. It's just a shooter. But it's also first and third person. It's Deus Ex Human Revolution. Oh, it's gonna be first and can you go third person? That's also an RPG. You are you fucking stupid? It's not made in the Crystal Engine, you idiot. It's Payday the Heist 2. It's 2013. You got the year right. It's also a role-playing game. You play the role of a robber. It's not made in the Diesel Engine, idiot. First and third person. From 2013. Give me a one-time clue, please. It's EA, first and third person, 2013. It's Battlefield Hardline. Oh. It's Battlefield 4. Ah! Okay. Once you see correct saga, you're feeling good. Ooh, hello, Jay. Hello. Was enjoying seeing some Fortnite last night. I know some people don't like the maximalist aesthetic of Fortnite, but when there was a big mosh pit of Gokus that were all hidden in the gritty to someone drumming the licensed version of Master of Puppets, and then you as Luke Skywalker pulled out a stack of like dollar bills and then started making it rain on the Gokus, I was like, this game is kind of incredible. Like it's just, you know, some games are like a walled garden, right? They only let in some things. They get a highly curated experience, and that's great too. Fortnite was just like, come on in. Water's fine. We got Lydia Tarr. We've got Goku. We've got every dance ever invented. You want to see Abraham Lincoln hit the hype dance? By all means. Plus they added ranked. Ooh, baby. Okay, it's Rotten Tomatoes. It's a 3-word R-rated comedy from 1999 that is loved by critics and loved by the audience as well in almost equal parts. I don't know. I'm just going to go next clue first. An Alice in Wonderland extravaganza about the yearning we all have occasionally to be someone else. What is Dancer in the Dark? That's 4 words. What is... I pass. What could have developed into a one-gag film becomes a gender-bending extravaganza with a crazy network of love triangles. It never fails to surprise. I pass. Spike Jonze. Oh, it's Being John Malkovich. Being John Malkovich. Malkovich. Ah. Spike. I know Spike Jonze made Being John Malkovich. As soon as I could probably name every Spike Jonze movie. I'm not going to do it because I don't remember if he directed any of the Jackasses. But I used to be a big-time stan for Charlie Kaufman until I saw Synecdoche, New York in theaters. And I said, well, this guy's he's off the Zaza now. Is that not a horror movie? It's a little, I would call it unnerving. I don't know if I call it a horror movie. It's unnerving. This feels like 2009 or later. This is like, this dude is a time capsule right here. This is a kid in 2009. What did I tell you? Now this, on the other hand, a little trickier. Looks like Italy, maybe. Well-dressed people, bicycles, motorbikes. Give me like this feels like a early 1960s. I go 60 even on this one. Should have known. 69. It's a decommissioned train. It's crazy how far mankind went in the 20th century. Because like 1900, people would have lined up to see a train ride on the tracks. End of the 20th century, people are lined up to see a train that no longer rides on the tracks. This definitely, like, this looks like when I was in middle school. This is what people dress like for sure. Like, this guy could be like an uncle of mine. You're like a time traveler. This could be my grandma right here. Like, I feel like this is like 1997, 1996. This looks like Final Fantasy VII to me. 1990! Holy, nice camera. They're learning cursive writing, so this is probably like 1996. Now notice, by the way, this obviously it's older, but not every kid looks like Woodrow Wilson. This is in the post, every photo turns you into Woodrow Wilson era. So we know we're not in the 1910s. You could go back. I know you're like, what are you talking about? Go back and look at like the one-room schoolhouse we had where every single kid looks like a presidential portrait of Woodrow Wilson. This, on the other hand, this strikes me as like the late 1940s. Pop me down like 1948. We take those. This must be after the San Francisco earthquake, which was, I want to say, was like 1902. 1906. Okay, 3541. Not so bad in the whole scheme of things. Housel, presented by Alan Hoffman. Yeah, I would say the dulls have superseded Sporkle. Just because, like, Sporkle, the temptation is always to either go... It starts at whatever, and then it always becomes, who's this celebrity? Or it becomes, what's this food? Every single time. Or people are like, do one that's actually hard, and it's like, okay, Dutch monarchy, and then I get 0. That's no fun for me. I think this is a $2.5 million house. That's too high. It's in Nevada, outside of Reno. Ugly ass neighborhood. No disrespect. Freaking brand new cul-de-sac. Looks like you could fry an egg on it. Then the cul-de-sac itself is not enough privacy. You got to actually have like another private driveway on the other side of it. It makes you want to throw up. I'm taking this down. I think it's a $700,000 house. That's too low. Okay, we've established our bounds. 3,000 square feet. I got to admit, it looks kind of nice on the inside for sure. This was a house I would go into and say, wow, your house is so beautiful. Call this a $1 million even. Still too low. I like this too. I think they did a good job with the interior design. And a chair with a desk. Now we're talking. There's some functionality here. You put a mirror up there, boom, you got a vanity. You put a typewriter there, boom, you're Jack Nicholson in The Shining. It's perfect. Give me a 1.25. Still too low. 0.59 acres. Like a 3-car garage. What are you driving, you piece of crap? What are you driving? It's like a GMC. It's an Oldsmobile? Okay, I'm raising the price. It's a $1.65 million house. That's too high. Gated community with mountain and lake views. HOA offers RV and boat storage on site. 1.4 even. Oh, today's household was a tough one. It was 1.32. Oh. That's like 2 in a row I've missed. Household's supposed to be easy. I know people are like, oh, anti-HOA. I'm anti-HOA too, but at least that HOA gives you boat storage and RV storage. Most HOAs give you nothing except like a passive-aggressive letter on your front door that is like, oh, your grass is like slightly too high. At least you get something out of it. This is Cristiano Ronaldo being gifted the Cristiano Ronaldo bust. I feel like this meme image has been around for a bit. I'm going to say this is like 2018, and I can only assume... Well, he played for Real Madrid, right? So I'm going to assume that this is in Spain and not in Portugal. You were off by a year, and also it was at the Madeira airport. Okay, fair enough. I did not know that. Some man, perhaps a spy, making a call from a briefcase. I'm going to assume that this is around, we'll call this Watergate, circa 1974 in... This looks like London, England. Wait, but are they driving on the... No, this is England. This is not Watergate. This is England, man. I was about to put us in Washington, D.C. This reeks of Piccadilly Circus. I don't know where that is. My reaction when the absolute madman thinks that Piccadilly Circus is in Holborn. Oh, I can't. Anyway. I don't know, you can't see this guy over here. He looks exactly like Jordan Schlansky. This still looks like the 70s to me. Pop it down. Now it's 1984. All right. Literally 1984. This is... And this is the kind of photo you would see on the front catalog of like a Louis Vuitton lookbook or something like that. Is that certainly... Well, you know what? I'm like, it looks like New York to me. I don't know which bridge specifically this is. And this, for all I know, this could be Prague. But I'm going to say that this is New York. I think this is a professional photograph. Let's probably not the Lincoln Tunnel, huh? New York, just hold up on the bridges, okay? Like, could you just relax a little bit on the bridges? RFK Bridge. You know what? I've never seen the RFK Bridge. Let's put it down near the Costco. And I guess if there's a park there, that would probably, maybe it's Thomas Jefferson Park. And I'm going to say that this is a professional photograph taken very early in the 80s, maybe like an 82. It's the Queensboro Bridge in 1964. Oh my God. What a camera. My God. It's the Sex Pistols. They're on Carnaby Street. It's kind of a funny photo for sure. I have no idea where Carnaby Street is. Sir Harry, Lady Jane. Okay, I'm going to assume that it's in England. So let's assume this is London. Does Apollo do Time Guesser? Because I wanna hear him say this is Tom York. There's a chance that he would be like, I'm pretty sure this is Radiohead. You don't think so? Cannon Street is probably near the corner of Cannon and Queen Victoria, if I had to guess. And I think that Never Mind the Bollocks came out like 1971 or something like that. 1976. All right. This is... It must be after filming the pilot of Breaking Bad in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Which one of you is New Mexico? There we go. Let's say that you were out here close to Isleta Pueblo. And this, I mean, it started airing, I feel like, in 2008 or something like that. So pop me down 08. It might be 07. 2013! The flashback scene in... Oh, you tricked me! For the flashback to the pilot in season 5? That's not fair. They did get my ass. 38,000. We were so close. Should watch Breaking Bad again. What a show. Oh, I love it. I love just a normal house, man. Just a normal house. Respectable folks live there, maybe. I guess I can't say it for certain. Sold just a few days ago. Depends where it is. Start me at 350. It's just a nice mid-range guess depending on the location. Panama City Beach, Florida. I don't know. 450,000? Little low. Dude, first guess kind of cracked. Let me get a 415. Like the next few guesses are not, like they don't give us much information anyway. Let me get a 430. Hey, you are a listed baron. Okay, 1,900 square feet. It's just a normal ass house. And Traveler. This one feels like it should be easy. I would like to go from Venezuela to Nicaragua. Well, you got to go straight up to Colombia first. That's a given. And then you got to go to Panama. There's no other way. And here's where it gets a little tricky. Feel like next is Costa Rica. Oh! It's not hard at all. I was getting ready to be like El Salvador, Honduras. You know, I was ready to be bouncing around a little bit. I appreciate that. Thank you. Clean with it. Kind of clean with it. Good dulls today. It only took us like half an hour. Slash marker, the dulls. Why did I think Costa Rica's an island? Because your first introduction to the word Costa was from Costa del Sol from Final Fantasy VII. I don't know, it's just a guess. I'm just speaking from like my own experience. I have like 7 travel windows open here. There we go. But now I closed Google Chrome. I've only got chat open. That's not from Final Fantasy VII? Costa del Sol, Final Fantasy VII. Costa del Sol is a location in Final Fantasy VII. Well, how about that? It's the main port on the western continent and is also a coastal resort town. Who would have thought? So owned? Apologize! With some waffle fries. Chatter only played the remake, I bet. Well, in that case, we'll keep our mouths shut. They don't know that there's anything in the game beyond Midgar. Boy, I sure hope this whole Midgar story wraps up soon. I'm almost at the end of the game. I'm in Midgar Tower. LOL, clueless. Disc 1 Midgar Tower or Disc 2 Midgar Tower? What the fuck is Disc 2? Are you fucking stupid? Sonic Adventure 2. Oh, you're right. It is called Shinra Tower. That's my bad. You know, I had an intrusive thought today. It's just, imagine like a 1920s style, like Al Capone gangster with a gangster hat on and like a cigar and a Tommy gun. And he's pointing it at you. He's going to give you the Chicago typewriter. But the last thing he says to you is, rendezvous, now I'm through with yous. And that was just echoing through the empty chamber of my mind for like hours and hours while I was half asleep this morning. It's an old-timey henchman going, rendezvous, now I'm through with yous. Normal thought. It's because Promise by Eve 6 was on Kendall Tool's 30-minute 2000s rock ride. I don't think you pronounce the S in rendezvous. Yeah, you don't pronounce the S in you either. That's half of the joke. You ever see an old movie? You notice the popularity of theme restaurants these days? Hang on, I had to go to Twitch homepages, so I gotta change my game name, my game title. You ever been mountain biking? Darkest Dungeon 2. I know. Either if you only watch on YouTube, you're probably like, I never knew it left. If you only watch on Twitch, you're probably like, I never thought we would see it again. We're giving Darkest Dungeon 2 its fair shake. We got a good run going here, where I remember we are marking units, and then we are hitting them with our leper. That sounds familiar to me. My stagecoach is invisible. We got a little bit of stress. I'm not sure if you've noticed that, but it's only 18 leagues till the inn. That's not so bad. Our torch is at 46. You ever been to the Chinatown section of a major city? This is Jonathan Frakes posting. I know you're going to be like, Vancouver's not a major city. Bro, I've been to Chinatown, San Francisco too, okay? I've been to Chinatown, San Francisco too. And Chinatown, New York. But I ate there and then, I don't know, we went back to like Times Square or something. I remember this guy. And in Toronto, you're absolutely right. We are not going to fight the third level on this one unless something goes crazy. Remember, the third level is borderline impossible. Now, what do we need to do? We need to remove some stress. We get to go first. Holy cow, that's nutty. Yeah, let's remove some stress. Let's inspire you. Let's play your pump-up song. I would love to either start getting some poison going here. It does give 6 blight. Your blight resist is 30. Or do a double blinding gas, which could also mark you. It's 25% chance of blinding. Ounce of prevention also raises your resistances. You're likely to inflict bleed, admittedly. I think we should, because we go first so often here, it would be nice to try to kill one unit before they get a chance to attack and gain some economy in that regard. No unit is marked, so you have a 50% chance to miss 2 times. Alright, well, it's probably not going to work then, but that's okay. Let me get a little reflection. Play sensibly here. Oh, you're right. You know what? I gotta... It looks like I'm in position 4, if you'll allow me to move myself here. Very unlikely it kills you. Even with the crit. Maybe it's more likely impossible that it kills you. That's okay. 4 damage bleed. No bleed required. Put combo on yourself. 4 damage, some stress. No, you're just debuffed with minus 15% Death's Door resistance. I don't plan to find myself on Death's Door anyway, so I'm not sweating it too much. We get to go first a few times. I would love to have another battle ballad. Play some inspiring tunes. Ooh! Did I use the wrong one, didn't I? Battle ballad and inspiring tune are 2 different moves. You go to Death's Door. That's highly unfortunate. I don't think we can even hit you. Do you have a move that allows me to hit the back line? No. Okay. 2 smartest guys on Twitch are playing the same game. You talking about Malf and I? I would say we're pretty clever individuals. I'm actually going to go Ounce of Prevention on the whole squad. Oh no, Malf and Quinn? What the hell? Chris Pratt? We should taunt. And then you can just take all the damage. Sounds great to me. Let's go! 5 damage. I snooze. I do bleed. Thank God I had that extra resistance. Matt, give me... Oh, I can't even play Inspiring Tune. Because you can't target... Oh, no, you need to move back for it. Okay, we can do that. Move back 1. Place a mark on them. You would... Does this stun? It does stun. Beautiful. It did not stun. I knew you're stunned. I cannot chop. I have no blindness. No need for solemnity. I guess I will simply chop on you. Still a decent amount of damage. And then any shot that I'd roast your ass, any shot I freaking kill you. All right, we'll just get Battlefield Medicine there. Hey, Ivar995, thank you for the gifted subscriptions. Thank you. Much appreciated. King Ivar the Boneless. NL got on the Markiplier genes for real. I don't know what that means. The Markiplier genes for real. I don't have on any jeans right now. I have on khaki shorts. And I will not prove it. I don't know if I can hit you with anything. It's tough to hit you from here. I feel like maybe some Battlefield Medicine could go a long way. Position 3, position 3. No position 3. I can't use my armor yet. I could purge some corpses. I could knock a unit back. This only hits position 1. Could ignore blindness. That's not really relevant. No need to heal. I guess we're just chopping. Whoa! We take those? Stop. You don't put him on death's door. Nobody makes me bleed my own blood. You should go for a kill, if possible. You have death's door 0, but 0 is not null. It's just 0. We need to use Wicked Slice on you. We try to kill you with a damage over time effect like this. Okay. So you're definitely going to die to bleed, and then Wicked Slice has a great chance to actually kill you. Dude, he's using his brain! Okay. How about a little battlefield medicine?
This wound, at least, has been...
I think we should leave right now. I don't even want to do the second fight. I think we need to... Because we're taking over stewardship of a run that we had... that we'd started on, like, Friday or something like that. I think we gotta take ourselves to the inn and do a little reset. My boy's Wicked Sliced. You're the most highwayman I've ever met, and you're too stupid to realize... Wait, that's... I'm combining Good Will Hunting with Breaking Bad. That's two different... That's... If Ben Affleck played Asac Schrader. Keep going. I can't. It's too hard to combine them on the fly. That one's honestly for ChatGPT. That's what it excels at. Hank, do you like apples? Bone weaving, it's the season. Just say, so appealing. You know what I'm talking about? Okay, you start blind. That's no good. We would like to have you ignore blindness. In that case, you should mark position 2, which still puts you in a position, I believe, to play an inspiring tune. You should drop double blinding gas. You're pretty likely to miss anyway. We'll live with that. It's just the cost of doing business. You don't have a point blank shot, and it's a great opportunity to instead... I know it says this stuns. Do I buy that? I'd rather chop, man. I'd rather chop. I think this is a take aim situation instead. Huge dodge. And then we get a big chop on you. 16 damage. Could have been better, but we'll take that. And a Nocturnal Commune. Now you go next. You should remove stress on yourself. But it's also important to me that you mark so we have reduced blindness. So I think we'll start there. A little bone weaving. I'm gonna guess this is some stressfulness. I think we're doing just fine right now. Look at your items. Remove daze. Also gives you a dodge, which is nice. 6 damage combo makes me want to throw up, but that's life in this business. Do you get to go next? You do. Unfortunately, I have to take my chance to kill you. Otherwise, you get to act, which I don't respect. You go next. Do you have laudanum? Someone had laudanum. I think I've made a mistake here. Now, it would be very nice to poison you. Your blight resist is only 20? Yeah, sure. Okay, well. Nice crit and also great dodge. I'd say you got a little lucky. We get to go first. You do not have laudanum. You do not need to remove stress right now. You're stealth. That's irritating. Can you... honestly, you might want to play an inspiring tune on yourself. Might want to relax yourself just a touch. Need some heals out there. These shoes that I wore for 2 hours are too small. Am I the asshole for cleaning and returning them? No, I would say that that's what the return policy is there for. I would say certainly not the asshole in this situation. Hang on, I need to purge my token. We might as well purge the enemy's token at the same time. One of the enemy's tokens. I honestly think that's just business. I don't think you did anything wrong in the slightest. Most people wouldn't even clean the shoes. You know what? That's damn true. Please, for the love of God. Burn. No, they didn't really get burned, but they did get affected. You're stealthed up, you're dazed, you move to the end. Leper gets to go soon. Mark is important. Mark the front, move back one. Move back one, move back one. Mark the front, move back one. That should miss, you're blind. You should chop, even though you've got a guard. We got to do some damage at some point. We're doing okay on stress right now. I'm not stressing the stress. This would be a great... Oh, I can't stun you, huh? And you do less damage on this one? That's annoying. I guess I go crazy on you. 8 damage goes down to 2. That's a good use of my time. Does anybody have any freaking laudanum? Six Blight goes crazy, though. Huge miss. Little heal. We don't really care. Shoeless miasma. That must be the chatter. They're probably not shoeless. And I had to return the pants. The very same pants you were wearing. You know what I'm talking about? Seinfeld? Jerry?
Well done.
Gets me every time. No? It's Seinfeld? Not bad, I will plus to it. You know what? I appreciate that. Welcome to Death's Door. Welcome to You're Dead. Now we just got 2 lads who are just gonna stress me out. Well, the joke's on you, honestly. I have a toddler, so you can't stress me out any more than I'm already stressed out, brother. Let me tell you, we should purge, or reflect, sorry. We should reflect to remove our blindness. My 2.5-year-old yesterday, she's going through this phase right now. She said, I don't like daddy.
Agony by accumulation.
Then, a little later in the day, she said, daddy's not the best guy. And I said, who's the best guy? You won't believe her answer. Apparently it's mommy. I can't even win the only contest in which I am essentially the only competitor right now. So it's, you know, I gotta be honest with you, it does sting a little bit. It does sting a little bit. Can I get a noxious blast on you real quick?
A simple variable.
Yeah, I felt relatively owned, for sure. Let's get rid of some corpses here. If you don't like a 2-year-old's opinion, wait a day. I'll level with you, that is damn true. I'm going to give you a +2 for that one. Because then this morning, she was like, I love daddy again. She was like, I don't want to leave daddy. And I was like, well, you should have thought of that last night. Because last night, you were freaking torching me. This is a great take aim. This is a great potential chop. A potential chop. It's because I didn't give Turtle the cupcake. True. Very true. You should get tagged. I'm crazy.
Lesson taught is a
We made
lesson
it to the
learned.
end. What if you love a toddler's opinion? I would just say don't get attached to it. And this is region 2 of 3. If we beat the 3rd region, we can go to the mountain and die to all those locks, right? That sounds fun. Step on Itis. Thank you for the gifted subscriptions. Thank you, thank you. I did see, by the way, there is indeed a large brain in the background on that lock fight. I never noticed before. Who knew?
We would come here in summers of years gone
Squeamish. Disgusted by Viscera?
and rest.
Breacher! Oh, but Paracelsus is our... Isn't this our damn... Plague Doctor? We never get this on a melee class. We've only had it on our Occultist and on our Plague Doctor. Seems kind of horrible on you. Let me see. Like, so you... 3 to 6 damage. Can you do something? You can have emboldening vapors as well. Like, none of your other moves will work in position 1. I'm just thinking that maybe we could put the Jester in position 2. Am I capable of changing that right now? We could put the Jester in position 2. So that the Jester could then move to position 1, which forces the Plague Doctor back to position 2. We need the Leper to be at the absolute front, though. That's the problem. Anyway, we'll figure it out at a hospital in the future. Regardless, we gotta go to the Wainwright, Rufus or Martha. We gotta go to the Mastery Trainer. We got 4 bonuses here. Solemnity gives you a better heal, better stress heal. Withstand just gives you better... Oh, no, it gives you 75% damage blocked twice. And better resistances. Purge also marks a unit when clearing corpses. Okay. Something to think about. We're not really messing around with point-blank shot here. I think, if anything, take aim is kind of a given. And then possibly Wicked Slice, which we do be using now and then. But let's look at the Jester as well. More damage, better crit chance. Better stress heal and removes horror. Seems like a given as well. Battle Ballad, 15% chance to give guaranteed crit. Also removes mark. Slice off. Bleed and vulnerability. It's not bad, I think. Honestly... I'm just trying to think. The Leper has a move that moves them forward, right? No. No, they don't. Use Jester to push Leper forward? Oh, you're right. And does Battle Ballad pushes target forward 1? Oh! Could also... give him 15% chance of crit, remove marked. It's not that relevant, but I definitely think we'll be using that more often. You're definitely right on that. You should have... Well, what's your... I think... Listen. Give me a second here. Purge. We use Reflection all the time. It's already been upgraded. Heal being better. It could certainly see it having uses, but we use Withstand more often. Give me a Withstand. And then I'm kind of just thinking, I mean, what does this heal? 25%? Still not great. It's a pretty minor upgrade. More bleed seems good to me. Yeah, I'll give it a chance. So here's how I'm thinking about it, okay? Hang on. How do I change my positioning? I guess maybe I could do it at the next screen. I also feel like... we need to go to the Provisioner and look at some in items. Do I have any combat items? Unequipped, I do. I have some in items as is. Oh, we got 6 whiskeys? What is that? Wait, whiskey flask, though, is different than... What does diamond mean? What the heck is diamond? Friendship plus? Oh, okay. Positive relationship. How do we get 6 whiskeys? That's crazy. Select 2 recipients. They're at 11. They're at 13. You have a whiskey making machine on your wagon. That's so true. That's kind of insane. Yellow diamond good, blue diamond bad. Noted, noted. 16. Now let me talk to the Provisioner real quick. You got some playing cards? That's an easy buy. Well, you know what? Let's spend all of our in items first while we're here. Let me see my in items, please. Playing cards. Oh, oh, oh! We're closing in. Oh, that's all right. -3 stress blocked by Boisterous. You're boisterous? Okay, then that goes to Paracelsus then. Removes disease. We don't have one. One target heal 20%. Put this on our tank. Enjoy. Heal 20%. Enjoy. Everybody on the squad kind of hot. Thank you. This is the hottie squad. 3 whiskeys would guarantee a positive relationship. I wouldn't mind it. I wouldn't mind it.
Something to ease the rigors of the road.
In items. They go to 18. Oh, baby. Dude, is this where we finally pop off? I mean, Baldwin's had like 9 whiskeys today. Hopefully we can sleep in tomorrow. We still have, well, we have 6. That's not a lot. What is your combat item? Anti-venom. This is like anti-burn. You got nothing. And you have anti-stun that also adds dodge. Add more damage, plus 5 speed for 3 turns. Combat item. Shuffle enemy party, 25% chance to add stun. I kinda like it. I'm ready. Rest me up. Let's see how our relationships turn out.
Threads of our land, crumbling and undone.
And head to the sprawl. Oh, baby! Amorous! When I use reflection, it removes debuffs on the jester. When you inspire, it removes debuffs on the leper. Okay. Respectful! I am looting respectfully. When you fade to black, Dismas gets bonus damage. That's really good. When you Wicked Slice, Sarmenti gets an incredible dodge. Respectful again. Ooh, please. When you chop, Paracelsus gets stronger. When you Blinding Gas, our leper gets a super dodge. That's crazy, dude. That's crazy. I feel like Respectful is like the best relationship. And they were roommates. Okay, can I'd like to adjust your positions. No, maybe I wouldn't, actually. You go into the front and then we can push you back. I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. I think the order is okay. Now, we'd like to look at the map and, if possible, find a field hospital to remove Breacher. Hospital, a place to cure maladies. So we have to go Bell. Maybe we go Resistance Encounter. Like, we don't... No, we could go this way. We could just go to Watchtower instead. Why not? Breacher can't be removed at a field hospital because it's a positive? What the hell? Yo, Sarmenti, your stress is still too high.
Reliable information brings accurate insight.
That's wrong? Alright, well, never mind. Fuck me, I guess. You can, it just costs a lot. Alright, well, fuck me again, I guess.
Always made clear.
You don't have gold? Well, fuck me a third time. What do you say fuck me for? It costs 16 gold, you'll get enough by then? Well, then fuck me 4 times then!
Moving.
Well, we have no choice but to raise our loathing a little bit. Live with that. Torch is still at 100. Probably because we keep driving over fire.
The loathing whispers.
It won't remove the perk, it'll lock it. Okay, fuck me, what is that, like 7 times now?
Emboldened anarchists.
The Burning Pile.
Desperate to exercise
Fanatics.
their nihilism.
We can best them hold together. Ah, Bloodshed, my muse. They're all the same. We'll take that. We'll raise your relationship a little bit. Now, here's where things are going to be interesting. Look at the perks, though, dude. The fire rises, you have to die first. So we definitely don't do a wicked move. That's like, or sorry, Duelist Advance. We don't do Duelist Advance. That'll leave us in a bad position. Instead, we could pistol shot or take aim. You have 20 HP. Let's start with a pistol shot. I wish I took aim now. You should move the leper forward one. They're much more effective in position 1. You... Noxious Blast is fine. Incision, 4 to 7. I mean, Noxious Blast for the DOT kind of goes... We should probably kill you then. Because I knew there was a good chance of a miss there. Respectful, they are attacking respectfully. You're faster now too. We removed our blindness. Oh! That seems good. 1 damage. Bleed. Nothing we can't handle. You now may want to use a Duelist Advance. Which will also leave you in it made the Jester more likely to dodge an attack, which is very nice. You get to go again. If you Noxious Blast, Blinding Gas gives Baldwin a crazy dodge. But we could also just drop Noxious Blast on you. Even though you missed, at least we burned a dodge token. And also made our Jester faster. Almost no damage. Useless Riposte. The burn's kind of nasty. No, it's not. It's not that bad at all. We can drop a Mark on a target, which allows Dismas to get a stun. You are blind. When a target is marked, you ignore it, but you can't target that unit. Okay. You gotta do what you gotta do. We go first. It's terrible news for you. I would like to move backwards 1. Gotta keep your positions in order here. You go next. Duelist Aim does give you a nice dodge. Do you have anything else? Not really. Not really. Don't really want to shuffle your positions. I don't think Take Aim is necessary on 20 HP. I think we should be able to... We should be able to get you down regardless. Excuse me, you have a 75% chance to dodge? That's basically 100%. Get a life? Go ahead, riposte me. I'm not even worried. We're just going to kill you ASAP. Get smoked. +1 mastery. And a distant trinket. Plus 25% burn resistance piercing. If speed is lower than 2, you're also blind. So far, so good.
The loathing abates.
The loathing abates, but then there's more loathing. It joke's on you, I got another frickin' loathing. He needs a trophy for the mountain, no? No, I'm still on round 1. I'm still on denial. It's very... Lots of questions coming in. I saw one. Which chapter is he on? 2 or 3? Neither. Sorry. I'm sorry to tell you it's neither. He's on 1. He is me as well. Give me the Jester on this one.
Chapter 2.
It was the rhythm of the night. The night. Oh yeah. You know this one? Emma Lovewell plays it a lot.
He could learn this unearthly hymn and claim it as his
Oh,
own.
it does go kind of hard. Last played verse. I will mimic your tone. Oh, that's the wrong part. Never mind. You play a verse, I play a chorus. You play a verse, I play a chorus. And then you play a verse and I play a bridge. Oh, you play a break. Oh, okay. Time for something a little different. This is where we take him to the bridge. He's ready. Finish him off. All right, 3 more times. Now he's playing choruses. What follows the chorus? It's verses, brother. I know so much about music theory. Your solo, it doesn't impact me. You got nothing going on there. You play a solo, I follow it with a solo of my own. No! I can't play a finale! Let's play a finale after that? It goes solo. Haven't you ever heard My Sharona? It goes solo finale.
Ambition,
Harvest.
long dormant
Double
within
bleed.
him, a
Potential double mark. Could be good upgraded.
delight in fantasies of fame, renown,
Solo finale for extra buffs in Darkest Dungeon 1. I could have told you that. I guess take me to the hospital. It's a place to cure maladies, and we'll just lose a wheel in the process. This dude died to a song. Yo, but that actually happens. Like, that's how they market horror movies. 7 people had a heart attack watching this movie.
burn. The body
You're like, man, I got to see The Hills Have Eyes too. Now, let me look at your wellness. Now, and I'm going to look at your breacher. What happens if I click this? Well, never mind. We don't have to worry about it. Any other quirks? Lazy eye? Not relevant. Death's door resist? Wouldn't be the worst thing to purge it. Boisterous or squeamish? I feel like I wouldn't mind dumping squeamish just because I don't know how it affects us, and our relationships are like already good.
can be overcome.
You got any baubles for sale? Stagecoach item? Chance to produce poultices? I can only apply this at a Wainwright, though. Why not? Give me that anyway. And then, I want to look at our trinkets. I've been a little lazy with the trinkets. Your trinkets seem fine. You could use something else. Like, why not just have... Your speed is high. Each hero on combat, if first in turn order gain. Why not? Each hero on combat start, 33% chance for this. If you're first in turn order and you miss, you get lower damage. We snooze that a little bit. Let me think about this for a second. Plus 50%, you know, plus 50% burn resist is just good. It might be better on like a tank. Round start, 15% chance of stealth. If you miss, you get vulnerable. Actually wouldn't mind you having that. And then we ride. Are these potions FDA approved? We bought a box of mangoes at the grocery store. On the box of mangoes, it said, this box has been treated by irradiation. I'm not like anti-nuclear or anything, but I was like, is that okay? Then I had to look it up online, and the FDA was like, yeah, it's no problem. We've been monitoring it for 50 years. Your safety is guaranteed. Turns out it's totally fine. How about you just get sliced? Fantastic. 1 damage, 1 stress, nothing serious. Legend of Zelda music, stealth and crit, kind of annoying admittedly, but a little battle ballad should put you into good shape here. 1 damage, no stress, no blight. Reflect me. All I know is that the dentist says, don't worry, the x-ray is perfectly safe, and then they go into a different room and leave me alone in there biting down on like those 2 surprisingly sharp probes while they hit the button. That's all I'm not anti-x-rays. I'm just saying, if it's... And I understand that there's like accumulation that happens if you're... I'm just begging the question, I suppose. It's not safe to do it 100 times a day? It's a free country, though. Really? You're gonna blight my blighter? It hardly seems fair. I didn't steal it from Lee Evans. I stole it from someone on Twitter who stole it from somebody on TikTok, okay? I gotta, like, clear a corpse or something here. I guess I could use some anti-venom just because we got better combat items. That's worse? I know, that's why I brought it up. It's funny. Who stole it from Lee Evans. Yes, precisely.
Excellent work.
1 damage. None stress. Was that supposed to scare me or something? You didn't do anything. What do we do that gives you a buff? Like, we might as well just purge corpses, I guess. And then we have a easiest kill of my life. Who the hell's Lee Evans? I don't know. Can I say I never root for anybody's downfall? Well,
Burning brightly for all the world to see.
I don't know anything about this comedian except that he's very famous. And I watched, he always has his shirt off. His name is Bert Kreischer. I watched 10 minutes of his most recent stand-up special on Netflix because I've seen him everywhere. And then I was like, this just isn't funny to me. Which is fine. That's not even me being a hater. There's a lot of stand-up specials that I watch and I turn them off 10 minutes in because I just go, this isn't for me. Now, I also saw that he's in every stand-up special, he's got his shirt off. But in his he's got a movie coming out where he becomes a secret agent. And the gimmick is that in the movie, he also always has his shirt off. Like, I'm not disgusted by the male body or anything like that. It's just like, you gotta, at some point, you gotta diversify your act, right? It's like Gallagher smashing the watermelon over and over. Like, at some point, you're like, can you smash like a honeydew or something? He's really in like an action movie where he's got his shirt off too. You got to be careful making fun of stand-up comedians though, because they're like the poet laureates of the modern day. They could cook me, man. Today you look like a guy who could do a killer C-3PO impression. C-3PO was my favorite character in Star Wars as a little kid, for sure. I've changed a lot since then, though. The heck is this? Does this mean they act twice? What does this mean? They got 2 bars? Two acts per round. Okay. Duly noted. 11 damage. Holy cow. And some bleed on top of that. How about a quick reflection? 2 bars, Jeremy? 2 bars? So true. Great opportunity for a take aim. Lee Evans was the guy from There's Something About Mary. Oh, the guy who says, "Do you like my teeth, Mary? I just got them capped." You're an architect. Have you worked on anything I'd know? That depends. Have you been to Santiago, Chile? Twice last year. Kind of a classic movie. Kind of one of the best movies ever made. Probably. Can you just relax on the pummels here? +2. I don't know what he's talking about. Bro, There's Something About Mary. You really don't know There's Something About Mary?
Well done.
You should not admit that, man. If I give you blinding gas, it makes Baldwin more likely to dodge. But I could also just try to poison your ass. Why is it a terrible movie? It's kind of a classic. It's kind of one of the best movies ever made. It's kind of the best to ever do it. You have 25% death store. We gotta go in on you. What's next, Harold and Maude? I'm not much of a Hal Ashby fan. I did own Harold and Maude on DVD, though. He lived? Get reposted? Like overly attached girlfriend on Reddit? I was in that damn play? Yeah, you and Cat Stevens. Cat Scratch Stevens. It doesn't even make any sense. It's kind of funny, though. Maybe it's kind of funny. I don't know. Little Ted Nugent meets Cat Stevens joke for you. Boo, boo. Oh, relax. I'm gonna fade to black real quick, if you don't mind. Ooh, oh, Lusari, it appears we've added some marks to you. Ooh, what's your bleeders? Oh, it seems like I'm gonna blight the shit out of you.
The fiend's strength dwindles.
Seems like I'm gonna chop the bejesus. Oh!
Persistence will overcome even the greatest of threats. Sweet reprieve until the next test is put before you.
She is respecting. She's death blowing respectfully. Only 40 leagues till the end. Me when the... whatever. You know, sometimes it's just not worth it. I gotta tell you, I'm kind of a believer in a resistance encounter. Because it doesn't... oh, we lose 2 armor over the course of that. I'm okay with that. I'm sorry to these lads. I'm not going to the lair. Because I can't afford to lose 2 wheels. Losing 2 wheels will put me in a horrifying position. Instead, we're going to go to the resistance encounter. Because honestly, like, my party doesn't know what they're talking about.
Chaos must be met with unwavering resolve.
I thought this was a stream for gamers. The more people tell me I'm old, the more the stream becomes like turning to the funny pages of the newspaper, like reading 2 comics. I'm gonna say it's gonna be Zitz and Hagar the Horrible, and then just doing like not even the crossword, just doing the jumble. Like a 5-letter word is out of position, and I go, oh, I know that word. It's tough. I'm stupid. I've killed my relationship. Have there been any new comics in the newspaper recently? The popularity of themed restaurants these days? I think we try to kill position 2 here. Peanuts? That's new to me.
Steady yourself.
I remember when I talked to Chuck Schultz for the first time. I said, he was drawing Charlie Brown with hair. I said, don't draw the hair, Chuck. Don't draw the hair. Imply the hair. It's much more interesting. Give me a reflection, please. I said, just draw a W on Charlie Brown's forehead. People can do it. They'll get the picture. Are you going to die? Yes. Great news. Give me a quick battle ballad. It's kind of a nasty turn 1, no doubt about it. You go first. I mean, you need some support, brother. You need to move back. What's your blight resist is... it's okay. We'll try it. We burned your dodge token. We inflicted the blight. That's all we could have asked for. Can you stop with that real quick? Because you're putting this individual into a bad position. Good thing we got a burn salve. I would drop a quick... this moves you forward 1. I could also just move Dismas forward 1. Kind of sets up the turn a little better. Go for a heavy chop. Oh! Then Dismas gets a beautiful point blank shot. Or sorry, pistol shot. 16, you got 12. There was a realistic chance that would get the kill, so I'm not disappointed. You're healing for 3. What a turn. You're healing someone else for 3. What a turn. You did add a dodge to yourself. That's kind of irritating. Burning beads. Little burn, little stress. Nothing too serious, though. Nothing too serious right out of the gate. Let me hit you with a little blinding gas. You did not miss the fire rising. I guess it only counts on attacks. You don't have a riposte. This would be nice. I'll take it. And then we gotta find a way to hit position 3. I have moves that it can... okay, worth a try, worth a try. Nice little spin move as well. I love to see that. You should probably... I mean, honestly, this guy's scaring me a little bit. Why don't you just drop like a little taunt that also comes with some resistances. And then... get a little slice off here. Wow. embarrassing for you. I would say quick pistol shot. We're getting out of this looking great. Can I get a +2 for the hopes of the Spurs winning the draft lottery? Sure. But I am going to say, and this is not negative to the Spurs, okay, in basketball, but take it from somebody whose team has been detritus for a while. I think I'm on, like, except for the year that the Canucks did okay in the bubble playoffs, I have paid too much attention to the NHL draft lottery for like 7 or 8 consecutive draft lotteries. So I'm just saying, just because your team's been ass for like a year or two, you might not have anything could happen. I'm saying it could take longer than you think. I thought there was a reasonable chance the Canucks were going to get Austin Matthews. Thought there was a reasonable chance the Canucks could get Rasmus Dahlin. Trying to think of who was even drafted first over the interim period. Maybe I'm kind of thankful we didn't win the lottery and get Alexis Lafreniere. Would have been nice to get Nico Hischier for sure, but we missed out. I mean, it's been almost the players that we missed out on the draft in the early draft lotteries where we were pure ass are now like halfway to retirement. Austin Matthews and an Austin Martin. Wait, I got it backwards. Okay, you need a combat item. It would be nice for you to add attack and speed, I think. You also have no combat item. Let's add some bleed resist. Yeah, I wasn't happy to see the Kraken lose last night either, but it's just sports. I mean, I don't even have a horse in the race.
Our protection has been stripped to its last.
Promise? You know what, actually, can I'm just going to slow down a little bit here. We're going to remove this, and we're going to add the glimmer of hope instead, because we may need some light. Highest the Flames have ever picked is number 4. That is pretty surprising. That's what you get for stealing your team from Atlanta. That's what we call karma. Atlanta stays winning. Why out of all literature do you refer only to meditation and notes from underground? Because I haven't read any Brandon Sanderson books. I'm gonna throw you a little thunderclap grenade real quick while we're here. We got some stuns out of that. We got a little weakness and a slight bit of shuffle. You also read The Stranger. That's true. Mother died today, or maybe it was yesterday. I did read The Stranger. I did read The Old Man in the Sea. I did read Brave New World. I read The Handmaid's Tale. I read a couple. I've been known to do some reading. I'm going to give you... You have a taunt still. Any chance you're probably going to burn, if anything. Anyway, let's give you a battle ballad real quick. No, I haven't read any Cormac McCarthy, but I did read the tweet about what if Danny McBride played the bad guy from Blood Meridian, and I laughed, which is almost like the same thing. You gotta go, brother. You gotta go. 4 to 7, crit 15. 3 to 4, the blight resistance is crazy, though. Or is the blight damage, I should say, is crazy. Nice 1 damage. You did get bleed. I should have put it on you. Now I know. You know what? Dim light. Do me a favor. Use a glimmer of hope real quick. I would like for you to perish. You have 6 HP. You're taking 6 blight. I don't need to attack you. Beautiful. Let's attack you instead. Oh!
Let us hope to finish this quickly.
You ever read Ender's Game? I have read Ender's Game. We don't... Listen, I know the author is not a good guy, okay? The book is good. Author, not a good guy. Noted.
Well done.
Does he win at the end of Ender's Game? You can just watch the movie for yourself instead. But Ender's Game is kind of like, it's crazy, because it's like the first 95% of the novel is like, and maybe this is going to get me -2 a little bit here. The first 90% of the novel is like really great. And then at the end, somebody merges with ChatGPT and becomes smarter than like any human being has ever been in history. And I was like, what's going on here? And then apparently like the sequels to Ender's Game are like Ender travels to the end of the universe and starts like he marries like a mushroom or something like that, and they merge into some kind of celestial super intelligence or something. Pretty not correct. What do you... Are you serious? I thought that was pretty... Is that not correct? I thought that was pretty good. I had just like to move you... I don't know. You should do something. Maybe you could purge a corpse. Maybe not. Pretty wrong. I don't know if it's a mushroom, okay? But he marries... He marries like an alien. Of that, there can be no doubt. That one hurt. But he is getting buffed respectfully. You should get marked. Holy cow. No, can I hit the back line? No, I cannot. You should get marked. You should move back one. Make Dismas stronger. Nice. Does that burn 2 triggers? It does burn 2 triggers. That's crazy. That means you can now get a stun. The stun will not be necessary.
And do not relent.
You should do another incision. Bro, stop.
They have given their last.
My boy's wicked stressed now. Are you proud of yourself?
A lesson taught is a lesson learned.
He marries the Hive Queen? Well, it's like, I get it. They expanded. The first one is like, you know, it's like a tight story. And then the second one is like they try to get a little bit more like, you know, the Project Hail Mary with it, which I don't disrespect. I didn't even read the second one. I only read it on Wikipedia. What a statement. I only read it on Wikipedia. This is like one of those hustle influencers who's like, I read 17 books a day. Here's my secret. I read 0 books a day, but I read many book synopsises on Wikipedia. You are kind of annoying. I bet we could kill you pretty quick. Oh, I bet I could wicked slice you. My boy's wicked slice. My boy's still wicked slice. Am I really gonna have to... Because you get to act, right? I gotta take a 50% chance to kill you, man. That hurts, though. That's how I watched 100 movies last year? There's dozens of us. Listen, I think you might be able to bleed me. So I'm gonna put some clotting powders on you just to be careful. I think I have to... Any chance this corpse gets removed by the time you act? In which case you could ignore your blindness by just marking this guy? It seems somewhat sensible to me. They've resisted bleed! Thank you! Dude, I'm a genius! Don't stress him out. He said he did... Kirsten Dunst meme. He said he doesn't want to be stressed out. You can hit position 2 with your chop. So I can... But you don't get to go before this guy gets to go. So instead we should stun you. He's a genius. You get to go next. We need an inspiring tune. ASAP, please. But your ass legit should just like not be at the front. Resisted my bleed. More power to you. And then, are we taking our 50% chance? I don't think so. I think we gotta drop some withstand so that our Plague Doctor doesn't get hit anymore, guaranteed. He has to get hit by AoEs. I don't love the stress, but it is what it is. You get to go next. drop me an incision real quick. You get some bleed on you. Battle Ballad on you to move you forward one. You're finally doing something. How about a little Duelist Advance on you? Oh, you could have gotten a kill. And then we simply reflect. We have every buff in the world now. You criticaled me for 3. Heavy sleeper energy. I go first, and I'm just gonna level with you, brother. I think your life is in danger. Your Death's Door resistance is not high, I'm hoping. How'd you manage to read all the wrong things about Ender's Game? I don't think I read all the wrong things. I think I'm confused about what happens in the sequels. I'm very familiar with what happens in Ender's Game 1. Mommy's precious little boy saves the world.
There is comfort in company.
Chance I could incise upon you. We should take the chance. Because, okay, you survived 1, but then you got another trigger coming here. Beautiful. And then you're dead. Yeah, they try to kill him in the showers. It's a little bit like Oz. I don't know if you've ever seen the show. What music do you think could inspire you in a life or death situation? It's crazy, but I think the recurring Peloton song that gets me pumped up the most, like I pedal the hardest even when I'm tired, is Rich Girl by Hall & Oates. There's something, it's not a pump-up song. There's just something about it's like a 2 minutes, 40 seconds of just like a driving sort of like it has like a structured form, and then Hall and/or Oates are mostly playing to the form, but they're occasionally they're dipping out of it. It gets me going a little bit. I'm not going to deny it. Honestly, Dismas, maybe you could use the support here. Yeah, wait, is it the one by Hall & Oates? It's the one that goes, if I was a rich girl, na 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 na, I'd have all the money in the world if I was a wealthy girl. Oh, what's your pump-up song? That's the most boomer thing I've ever heard. No, the most boomer thing you've ever heard is if someone said it was, Don't Stop Believing. That's like the pump-up song of boomers worldwide. What's your pump-up song? It's probably the fucking Steven Universe theme song. The inspiring montage music that plays when Bob's Burgers saves his local business by adding Havarti cheese instead of cheddar to the menu. Like, what do you... Don't even give me... I got a lot of anger just coursing through my veins. I don't have to summon it. I just have to harness it, okay? So just relax. Open vein. Melee. 4 bleed when target is marked. Okay, you could build like a DOT style build there. I actually think that like I mean we all are aware now that boomer just means millennial, right? And I've come to terms with it. I'm fine with it. If that's the case, then the boomer pump up songs are actually like Du Hast, Ba with the Ba by Kid Rock, anything by Linkin Park, really, like this. They just mean old, exactly. I don't think you're gonna bleed me. The Battle Ballad. Rollin' by Limp Bizkit. Rollin', it does kind of get me pumped up. I'm a little embarrassed to say. I would never suggest it's a good song. Get her? Oh! But like as soon as if I hear it in a context where I'm doing physical exercise, it's like... It just reverts me back to being like 12 years old. You're gonna die, brother. Actually, dude, Guns N' Roses might be the most boomer pump-up band of all time. No, AC/DC's kind of up there, too. There's a lot I'm realizing. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to put anybody on blast. I think you have to enjoy your guilty pleasures, and there's nothing wrong with it. Move me forward one. 3 to 6 damage. You got 4 bleed on you. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, like anything that plays in an arena. Except that awesome song that goes na 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 na. That one goes pretty hard. Roland is just man, I feel like a woman, but for white dudes? What does that even mean? How is Roland like man, I feel like a woman?
An unexpected find.
I don't even know what Roland's about. It's just the whole song is just a vibe. It's like the hokey pokey for new metal, right? Move in, now move out, hands up, now hands down, back up, back up. Tell me what you're gonna do now, keep rolling, roll. It's just like, it's the electric slide. I can't believe we're on Oblivion's Rampart already. It's one of those weird songs where like a band asserts itself by telling, not showing. You want to mess with Limp Bizkit? You can't mess with Limp Bizkit because we're getting it on. Every day and every night. This platinum shit right here, yeah, I'm doing it all the time. So you better get some better beats and get some better rhymes. What is the, it's a verse that says nothing. But when you're 12 years old, you're like, yeah, all these haters writing anti-Limp Bizkit songs, they better get some better beats and get some better rhymes. Because Fred Durst just put them 10 times. Fred Durst completely understood the assignment. You should land this shot. You will make this shot, you jackass. Oh, I gotta do it on you, huh? He did make this shot. Okay. And he even got the bleed. We respect that. I'm gonna... Are you gonna bleed? You know what? I'm not afraid to use clotting powder on you just to try it. And then a little battle ballad on you to push you to the front. You've resisted the debuff. Of that, I am very grateful. Purge the trigger. We don't have a lot of backline damage, really, so we gotta play the cards we're dealt, you know? You get to go first. Well, well, well. I think we just gotta stay up on you. We almost got you anyway. We had that guaranteed crit. Wicked Slice does give me a bonus damage, or bonus on somebody that we have a positive relationship with, though. At least your confession. Horror, kind of annoying, but it's not the end of the world. 2 different kinds of DOTs, never mind. Your Death's Door resist is 25, you got 2 HP. I'd love to move you forward slightly. Put you on Death's Door, very good chance you die here. In that case, I wouldn't... I'm willing to accept that you're likely to die. Give me the withstand to get my buffs going. Oh no, my miasma. It's like so enfeebled or whatever. You listen to yourself? Who cares? Just gonna drop Blight on a corpse for essentially no reason. Oh, but it gives you extra speed. Maybe it's not no reason. That's fine. So I'm happy to have a riposte. Happy to target you slightly. Breacher is still kind of annoying, though. Inter Milan is playing a very defensive closed style of game. Resident Sleeper. Oh, did somebody finally tell them that they're a soccer team? What I meant to say is first time watching soccer. Can I just... I'd like to remove your stealth. I can't even remove your stealth. Okay, just like maybe I'll just blast your ass then. Various anti-soccer rhetoric. 0 damage. Not even any stress. Bone weaving. Consider your bones weaved. I'm weak and I still killed you. What does that say about you? Kind of embarrassing. You'd love to see 0% blight resist too. Ooh, you're in a lot of trouble. You are in a lot of trouble. You're in a lot of trouble. They're dazed, but they didn't die. How does that make sense? Make it make sense? They're playing Inter Milan. They're playing AC Milan right now in the UEFA Champions League. I do wish that there was more of a club system in hockey. Like, I know they're kind of, the double IHF is kind of trying to make it work. But how sick would it be if, like, the Vegas Golden Knights, you know, they win the NHL, and then they get to play, like, 2 matches on aggregate against, like, the best team in Ireland or something like that. That would be some good entertainment. Okay, you're like a speed trinket. Did you see Messi's going to the Canucks? Let's go!
At last.
What song would be blasting if you were in a chopper, Vietnam style? I'd have to say it would probably be like Rich Girl by Hall & Oates. Hall & Oates, maybe the whole catalog. Maybe Your Kiss Is On My Lips. That's another good one. Why is it so much, like, it feels more sinister when someone commits war crimes with, like, because your kiss is on my lips. Then, like, if somebody's committing war crimes, well, like, Kid Rock plays in the background. Tangle Scrounger. Me when I don't have a Manscaped sponsorship. Vicious. Plus 10% damage, but a 15% chance to gain vulnerable on attack. Sprained ankle, minus 15% move resist. I don't care. You move to the front anyway. Dude, look at the fucking whiskey. I've poisoned your wine. I've poisoned yours as well. We got 8 whiskey? But you guys already have, like, relationships. Right? Can you get to a double? Oh, when you get to 20 again, doesn't it overwrite their relationship? But para... Do they still have a positive relation? Oh, they reset each in? I'm gonna lose my positive effects! Okay, Dismas can get one with Paracelsus. Do they get a bonus? Like... Okay, like, look, you're at 18 of 20, and presently you have a relationship. Are they guaranteed to just re-roll the relationship next time? Or do they have to get to 20, or they'll have a null relationship? No, they could lose it. Hover over it. Oh, I see. So there's a 80% chance for a positive relationship? Ah, so I see what you're saying. People are saying it's better to fix bad relationships than to create good ones. I didn't know that. So Paracelsus is like, Paracelsus and Sarmenti are like the most hated right now. Paracelsus has a bad relationship with Sarmenti and Baldwin. Never tell me the odds. Okay, you guys go to 13. You guys go to 12. You guys go to 13. You guys go to 19. What am I thinking? You guys go to 14. All right, nobody has a disease. Now let's look at the relationships. You got a 25% chance of positive. You got a 53% chance of positive. You got a 20% chance of positive. 80% chance positive. We got a lot of 25s in here. That's okay. You're not wrong. Their ass is going to be hung over. We buy this just because I don't know what to do with baubles otherwise anyway. Equip your stagecoach item. I don't... I didn't buy the extra space. Okay. Dude, the whiskey was crazy, though. We should get, like, pot and still whenever possible. Whenever possible. 14 is the magic number. Okay, good to know. Good to know. We never use tracking shot. Kind of feel like against these lads, we oftentimes want to stack DOTs. So drop like an open vein. We do use Duelist Advance fairly routinely as well. Sarmenti, are we going to be throwing some bleeds on you? Are we going to play us out? Target moves back one. Gets a crazy shield. Removes mark. Strong. Slice off. We'd like to stack up bleed on as many targets as possible, assuming they don't have crazy bleed resist. So I think this makes sense. And we'll equip it, don't worry. Paracelsus. I'd love it, like, if your ass moved back a little bit. This will try a blinding gas. And then, you never know. We could take some damage. Well, but you usually, you know what, I respect it. I respect it. It's a little stress heal as well. Now, pull me back here. Let me look at you. We don't use... It's hard to get rid of your heal. We don't use Ounce of Prevention. We probably should. We can keep it up there. We use all of these. The least valuable is Slice Off, which we'll replace with a Harvest for extra DOTs. Dismas, we're going to use Open Vein. We don't use Tracking Shot. Baldwin is just chilling. Okay, we've gone through the necessary steps early. Now speak to the Provisioner. How's everybody doing on stress? I have to go back here for a second. Stress seemed relatively okay. It's 40% move resist. Positive. I mean, more positive relationships, of course, also seems good. But I want milk. Any milk-soaked cloths here? Not really. Like, stress is always bad. Let me get some health. Let me get 2 whiskeys. Plus 4 speed until next in. I would take one of those as well. Why don't you give me another bread? We got 10 left. 2 laudanum just in case. Okay, now... 14 is the magic number for maximum chance here. Sarmenti and our Plague Doctor. That's the magic number. You're at 12. Dismas and Baldwin. Well, well, well. Optimum gameplay. Tank gets some bread. Plague Doctor gets some bread just because they taunt first, thanks to Breacher. Plus 4 speed, I think, is going to go on Sarmenti so that they can use their movement abilities to get the Leper into position 1 before the Plague Doctor is forced to use an incision. And then... Is he using his brain? Am I using my brain? I wouldn't mind getting, like, an in item that heals, but we don't have that. Okay, that's fine. I select my route. Please. Please. Launch me. Could this be the run? Oh, 4 of them. Ooh, respectful.
Tried and tested. A bond to be
When
counted
you
on.
reflect, Dismas gets stronger. We use reflect quite often. When you take aim, Baldwin gets dodges. Super dodges. That's pretty good. Respectful. When you mark, Dismas gets stronger. When you pistol shot, Sarmenti gets stronger. Still also pretty good. Respectful. When you slice, which we don't even use, so never mind. When you incision, Sarmenti gets stronger. Respectful. They love each other. When you duelist advance, Paracelsus gets stronger. When you blinding gas, Dismas gets stronger. Okay, but we very rarely blinding gas now, because it takes us 10 turns to get our Plague Doctor back. But maybe. I mean, it's just a bonus for sure.
At last, the great ziggurat. Temple of failure.
They are becoming roommates. Soprano gang. Those who give respect, get respect. I've never really seen The Sopranos. I feel like I have seen all of The Sopranos because of Twitter GIFs. My pump-up song, much like Tony Soprano, I would say it's Dirty Work by Steely Dan. Times really do be hard, and you really do be afraid to pay the fee, so you find yourself somebody who will do the job for free. Thoughts on Bootsy Collins? Can I tell you something that blew my mind today? We were driving our daughter to daycare. What a block on that. Holy cow. We were driving our daughter to daycare. We were listening to, well, because we had her in the car, we were listening to the Toy Story soundtrack. And then Shuffle came on. You will never in a million years, guess the artist that my wife said, I like this guy's songs. I'll give you like 1,000 guesses. Just starting from Toy Story soundtrack, and then imagine what where you could go from there. Marty Robbins. Marty Robbins is really close. Somehow the actual answer is even more bizarre though. Not bizarre, but funny. It's, I'm just going to tell you just to save some time here. It's Andy Griffith, you know? I would never in my entire life have thought that that Andy Griffith would make it onto my wife's, like, Spotify Wrapped. But she was like, I like this guy. Is he still alive? And then I said, no, I'm pretty sure he died in the 70s. And then I looked it up, and it turns out he died in like 2012. So I was also pretty off on how old Andy Griffith is, but holy cow, that's kind of nasty with it. You're very likely to die. I have to attack you at some point. He was like 90 when he died. It is true. Go for it. Did also, like, you know how Google has, like, the AI-generated people also search for this when you Google somebody? The Andy Griffith ones were, like, insane. The top one was, like, no! The top one was, like, how long was Andy Griffith dead before they buried him? I was like, I don't really see how that's relevant, but it turns out that he was buried like 4 hours after he died or something like that. And then number 2 was like, who inherited Andy Griffith's money? And then number 3 was, who was Andy Griffith when he died? Which I don't even like understand the question. Let's What's your bleed? 3 for 3 turns? Bro, we gotta do some freaking damage here. How about tossing some of this in here? How about you've resisted the blindness and stuns? How dare you? Death's Door with no DOTs. It makes me want to cry. 16 damage. A little bit of bleed. Quite a lot of stress. 10 bleed for 3 turns. One of these is... This is our stress heal. You gotta die before you attack. I think we can make that happen. I think we gotta do some chopping, brother. You got a super dodge, though? Yeah, we should... Let's remove your stress first. I didn't even equip my laudanum either. So I want you to get the kill on position 1.
Another impediment. Cleared with impunity.
You... I would love it if you applied... I mean, like, it'd be nice to kill you, too, because you're quite the healer. I think we can out... You know what? Let's just... you know what? Let's, I'm going to use an... I can't use blinding gas. I'm going to use a noxious on you. So maybe you should take aim. Prepare yourself for your next attack. Big dodge. Very much appreciated. You do still have 10 bleed, which obviously sucks. I'm not going to use noxious. I'm going to heal you. Well, no, I'm not going to heal you, but I'm going to save you from taking 20 more damage. You're going to weave some bones. Okay, now we really got to focus on doing some damn damage. I can't hit you. You're stealthed. You piece of garbage.
An opportunity.
Please.
Wandered.
Stop making this guy stronger, dude. And then I can't hit anybody. I can't believe I'm like moving you. Do I even, what, you have 3 bleed for 2. Okay, well, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm moving you forward 1 to make you stronger, apparently. That was a good idea. Don't, no, not, oh.
She understood death, but could not defy it.
Fuck you, dude. We should have taunted at some point. It's over. Like, what are you supposed to do now? My squad is destroyed. Shouldn't have given her breacher. I guess that's what it comes down to. There we go. Remove some stress, please. Stay inspired. Who was Andy Griffith when he died? Really begs the question. It's like the most demoralizing game I've ever played. Like, the runs are 3 hours long, and the first, like, 2.5 hours of them, I'm like, this is a lot of fun. And then, then I just die at the boss or before the boss, and I'm like, I never want to play this shit ever again. Sorry. It drains my being. It's just irritating, man. Like, life's too short. It's a nice block, though. You left big guy on death's door and he got healed? I know, I also have eyeballs. Okay, please, some DOT, if you don't mind. You can be stunned. If you bounced off WildFrost, you have no chance. This game's infinitely more frustrating. Who bounced off of WildFrost? I'm getting torched here. I played like 28 hours of it. Every time you play it, you say you're done? No, that was like 3 times. And then I started to enjoy it. Finally, okay.
Persistence will overcome even the greatest.
It might be the last Darkest Dungeon 2 stream, though. I don't know. It's just, maybe it's just not for me. I can live with that. It's just like, I mean, I'll just be real with you. I'm not saying it's too hard. I think it might just be too hard for me. That's fine. I know my role. Imagine if you win, though. I think if I win, I would probably take that as a sign to leave on a positive.
Gateway to incomprehensible emptiness. The mind must be free.
Okay, now they... okay, I go first, but actually that means that they get to go first. We can't use ranged moves. Noted. Your bleed resist is thankfully low. It's only 50%. They both got it. Now this is cruel. They got me thinking that there's a chance. Try one more with the torch from the inn. This one had the torch. Chatter. Now that the last few drops of this bubbly are gonna leach into my recycling bin. Are you happy? You can attack position 1 or 2. Attack position 2. A crit would go insane. It's not a crit, but it's still really good. I'm thankful. I'm as thankful as I could reasonably be. A little crippling doubt. And then an open vein on you to stack it up. We could take aim as well, but with one missing unit, I think we kind of got to go in on it as soon as possible. Stunned leper. Extremely annoying. Okay, and then I get to go first, but actually you get to go first. I'm familiar with that. We can't use melee attacks. That's pretty bad. Any chance? What's your life at? 8. So unfortunate. Little crit. No heals on the squad. Yeah, we're fucked. And then my leopard doesn't get to act. Okay. But next turn I get to go first, but actually you get to go first. Alright, we can't use defense, we can't use stress heal abilities. The only shot we have, like first you need to go. You don't have any death story. A duelist advance maybe to get some riposte at least. And then pray that your jester's not targeted. Good riposte at least. The stress is gonna fuck us up pretty bad. Skill blocked. Because it's a stress heal, right? Okay. Harvest to try to stack some DOT. We got one of them. Crippling doubt, they survived. Holy cow. Then you actually get to act. You attack position 2. 8 damage. 8 damage. Can't do melee attacks. But you can riposte. Curious? We must heal to have any chance, I think. If survived on death's door yet again, it's miraculous. You're on 32, you're on 52. That should stun you. Oh, I guess I could have attacked you. Oh no, it didn't stun you anyway. Never mind. A little paralyzing fear into a riposte. You need to pass turn. Or you could just inspiring tune on yourself. No, because you need to, it's not stress relief. You need to heal. Okay. Then next turn, use your ballad or your inspiring tune to remove the stress that they... No, you can't, because you can't use stealth stress relief abilities, okay? How about one of those?
The enemy weakens and
Good bleeds. 6 bleed, 3 bleed. You're on 36, you're on 22. Okay, we go open vein on you.
a slow dissection. An unavoidable end.
Nice crit. Very cool. You're now on death's door as well, but we are riposting respectfully. You are blind. So we have to reflect, but our skill is blocked. So we can't reflect. I think we gotta throw out like a withstand maybe. That's not gonna get rid of our blindness. Maybe we just take our 50% chance. Oh! Combo ignores blind? Yeah, but Chop can't attack position 3!
Another loss.
Can't use ranged abilities. Six bleed, no death's door resist. Oh, I can't open vein on you, huh? You gotta do something. I don't think a duelist advances. Well, give me a thunderclap grenade. And then I guess you gotta. But if you pass turn, he's gonna have a meltdown. But maybe he'll pass. Maybe he'll pass the vibe check.
Wonderful thing.
He did not pass the vibe check. Vulnerable is kind of nasty. Vulnerable then into a crit that also stacks vulnerable is kind of nasty with it. I think you must heal to stand any chance. Can't use melee attacks. Back on death's door.
Terrible precipice.
You die. Can't pass turn to heal on this one. That's fine. A little vulnerability. Crit for 17. Bleed for 3. You probably don't get to act again. You know what? We should at least pop one of these. Really like you to not be targeted. We can't use melee attacks. You're marked, so I guess we just withstand, because next turn we'll ignore blindness on the lion anyway. Motherfucker.
Not all who seek redemption will find it.
I regret to inform you I've reached the limit of my solemnities, which seems pretty bad for me. We can't win the 1v1 here. I don't think it's possible without a heal. Just crank up that death's door resist. All I could do was reflect. You're blind. That's great. You've denied me from using melee attacks. That's not so great. You missed me. That's pretty great. I will reflect because I have no other moves I could do. It's like a move backwards. I guess like a pass turn. Not a huge fan of that. 40% move resist. I can't, so I'm never going to be able to use physical attacks. There's an order to killing them. Very cool. I mean, you should just kill me then. It's just, again, it's no disrespect. It's just too much for me. That's fine. It happens. There's been other games like this in the past. This is our third time to make it to this boss, and I feel like we kind of got a little Like, the first one, I was like, it happens. And the second one, I was like, there's a trick to it, which is kind of annoying, but life goes on. And then this one, I was like, nah, I think it's kind of too much for me. This is the easiest boss, though? Precisely. Could you just kill him? Thank you. I appreciate that.
He was more.
All right. Slash marker, Darkest Dungeon 2. The end.
Gone.
Close.
On and on.
Window. Not even going to spend my resources. Remove it from the solid state hard drive. We have space for more YouTube thumbnails. Okay, we have an hour and 7 minutes. We could play some WildFrost. I think I saw someone in chat say it. I don't want to get stun locked about just complaining about the difficulty. But like, it's not that the final boss of Act 1 or whatever. It's not that the boss is hard. It's that everything up to that was like not that hard. So it's like the difficulty was like it's pretty much straight on, like a little higher than your average strategy game. And then at the boss, it's just like eat shit. Like it's kind of, I don't know. I think I would call it a little overtuned. For my takes. For my taste, I should say. Anyway, slash marker, WildFrost. Hang on. Welcome back to WildFrost. I hope you're enjoying yourselves. That one felt good. We haven't played WildFrost in a few days here, okay? So it's gonna take me a little bit to get back into it. Our final boss in WildFrost is Thorns. No, Junk. It's a Junk boss. Apply 1 snow aimless. I mean, 5 damage, 14 HP smackback seems crazy. And then, if you smack back, we don't want another tank. Just give me a snuff then. Or you know what? What about a Bushu? Even though I think Bushu's kind of anus. So much for variety. Let me guess. Next message, play Zelda like everybody else. You make it too easy, brother. Give me a Junjun. Give me a Bushu. Holy +2. What can I say? Let me think about this. We should, in my personnel opinion, let's just sack a Junjun here. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with this decision. I don't want my hero to get snowed. Junjun didn't die. They only take 1 damage. I forgot. I had my health and damage mixed up again. You can certainly smack me. Is there a fast food company that's publicly traded? Yeah, there's like 40. I don't say that to be condescending, but yes, the largest fast food company on planet Earth. And I guess unless you count Subway, but McDonald's is definitely publicly traded. The Yum brands are publicly traded. You're gonna die this turn anyway. I guess I'll just... It does 1 damage. Counts you down by 2 though. Why not? Mandalay, publicly traded. Pepsi, Chipotle. I think we should just smack you around a little bit. Shake Shack is publicly traded. Hang on, I gotta make some calls. What is this bid? It's not a bid. Somebody asked me a question and I responded. That's not a bid. That's just answering a question. I didn't put the plants in the audience. They willfully choose to come here, which I know is kind of confusing because they seem to hate it here. But it's confusing for me, and I'm sure it's confusing for you as well. But here we are. You're gonna smack me and get smacked? Honestly, I feel like I don't want to kill you. Like I want you to die to smack back, and I think this maximizes our bling. There's no combo, but we do get the extra. Give me... I like a Bling Snail Cave, honestly. I think it's important. Summon Fallow with Barrage. Summon Tigris. Oh, gain thorns when an ally is hit. Very interesting. When an ally is hit. Bling, bling, and expensive things. That's Rojo Caliente. It's very true. Eat all allies in the row, absorbing their stuff. I'll give it a chance, man. You just got to be careful with that, because like it could easily kill your hero and lose. Summon me a Tigris. You definitely... Summon me a Junjun. You definitely gotta go. Maybe you didn't. I guess that cost us one when I could have just smacked you back. We could have gotten more thorns. You're gonna do 2 damage. Take 3. There's a barrage on this. I would well, I don't want you to hit the whole row. I would rather you just hit me. And then I'll smack you back for 5. And then we'll kill you. Which means we could Tarblade you. And look at this freaking Tigris, man. Then I'm like, you want a munch. But you only want to munch the Junjuns. I think. Probably. An ally in the row attacks. You're about to attack. You're not attacking for a while. Give me a Bushu. It's a little scary here. I would like you to attack and kill. You're gonna go... Okay, next time. Next time. Why don't you guys take a Berry Bell then? Actually, if anything, you should take the Berry Bell. Because you got great thorns. You're aimless. That's right. Barrage. Let me see. You should move down. You getting hit doesn't bother me. You guys getting hit doesn't bother me. You do 1 damage. Okay, I'm okay with this. I could also just kill you, but why not make the thorns even stronger? You're about to hit as well. It's just going to make the thorns that much better. You don't get to leave. You leave when I say we leave. Oh, he ate our tiger! Of course. Well, I think it's fair to say that's not ideal. We should have summoned a Junjun last time for sure. You probably are going to get away now that I think about it. When hit, randomly apply frost. It would have been nice to have some thorns. Because like these enemies don't do a lot of damage. We could have gotten some value out of our thorns. You're going to eat a Junjun, which is fine. We'd like you to hit the boss. Yeah, we're still chilling, but we could be chilling more. Could certainly be more chilling. You're going to hit me, I'm going to smack you back. You do a long shot, I do not care. I'm going to snow you because you annoy me. He's gonna eat Bushu. Oh, but he got the kill as a result. Okay. We got some work to do. Bushu is injured because we ate him. We definitely don't need more units. We got too many units to manage as is. Summon Beep Bop. When destroyed, apply to attacker. That's too scary. We don't really have an item we want to duplicate. Storm Globe, I would put some respect on Storm Globe just for now. Charm me. Charmed, I'm sure. Apply 1 snow. Seems huge on Smackback. Woolly Snail. Kill an ally, apply Overburn to the front enemy. Kill an ally, apply snow to 3 enemies in a row. I do like the Yeti skull. We always like crowns. I saw on Discord they're working on an undo button. Honestly, killing you and adding adding Munch's attack to every unit would be kind of funny. But it's dead until we draw it over and over. Like we actually have to get Munch kicking first though. Increases counter by 1, attack by 3. Oh! Oh! Undo button in this game, I don't know if I like it. You don't have to use it then. If you make a mistake, you could just be like, I'm going to live with that. For me, that would be a great addition, though. It doesn't have to take away from your enjoyment. It's up to you if you feel like that takes away from your enjoyment. Just remember that. That's something, that's on your level. Remember that tweet from Doom about controlling the numbers you press? I don't remember the tweet from Doom. I don't. I don't follow Doom on Twitter. It's not numbers, it's buttons. I don't follow Doom on Twitter. I don't understand. You mean Moom? Now I did like Moom on Twitter. I did like Moom. There's no doubt about that. You're gonna do a lot of damage here, but you go first. Classic mistake. Was this bit going somewhere? I don't know, man. Ask the chatter. Chatter? Any response? You're going to do 2 damage. You're going to heal everybody. Tarblade's not going to get us there. I'm gonna do one of these. I'm being put in the spotlight for nothing. Well, I think the insinuation was that you were going to suggest that you don't need an undo button because you're in control of the buttons you press. My insinuation, which was, if we're being fair, equally insulting, was that you shouldn't derive your enjoyment from being better than other people at video games. Like, Dark Souls should never have a pause button. I don't have a child, ergo, if they added a pause button to Dark Souls for when your kid poops their pants, like, that would make the game easier for you, which means I somehow get less credit for beating it. Like, I was trying to... We were both doing something that was dismissive of the other person, and of that there can be no doubt. So I think we're all sons of bitches, is the answer there. You should get... Well, let's just build the thorns. Why not? They were agreeing with you, though? Oh, why didn't you say so? In that case, carry on. Give me a Junjun to eat. But then I'm going to have to eat, like... No? Tigris is dead. They need to make more casual video games. It's crazy to me that we're on a web... Oh, hold on. You've got 6 HP. You're about to be attacked for... You're about to be killed. Not ideal. You're not about to be killed. You're about to be killed. You're not about to be killed? I'm not your dad. I knew you're dad. How about one of these? What do you mean by that? Well, what I was going to say is it's crazy that we're on like a website where like the #1 content is like watching people play TikTok videos. And yet somehow casual games are still maligned. Like it makes no sense to me. How is it possible that the gamers on this website are like, oh, my favorite thing to do is like watch my favorite streamer watch a show from TLC from 22 years ago. But also, if you're going to play a game, play Dwarf Fortress. Candy Crush? Casual. It's barely even like playing a game. If you're not going to watch a television show while you eat DoorDash, then can you just do me a favor? Can you play some TIS-100, please, from Zachtronics? It's actually really easy once you've read the 400-page manual. You can actually print it out and then put it in like a binder, and then you have like a reference that you can use while you play the game yourself. Okay, hang on. I'm going to smack you. By the way, so just so there's no confusion here, I'm very pro Zachtronics. I'm going to snow you, brother. It's over for you. I'm going to snow you. Now, you just got to watch out for he who munches. You don't want to accidentally eat your hero. Unless it's like 1:58 p.m. You're about to attack again. You're about to attack for maybe enough to kill me. So I'm just going to move you to the front just in case. Just in case. I've been working my way through the librarian's archives. I just saw your take on why you are annoyed by AI, and I've got to say +2. Holy cow. Didn't that bit came from like yesterday, didn't it? They've been getting up, those videos are going up real quick. Yes, that is some fast movement there. I would prefer if Bushu didn't die. I'm just going to go ahead and say it. So I'm going to pop you up to the front. If Junjun dies, I don't really care. You're about to attack for 4. That's okay. We'll Tarblade you, and then you get... Okay, we got you. Redraw me faster. I think this deck kind of sucks. I'm acknowledging that. I'm saying also I think it's my fault, just for the record. I do. I mean, who else's would it be? Apply 1 snow to all enemies. Apply overburn, increase by 1 when hit. Double the target's overburn. Well, kind of have to go Snoffle. Once you retire, the librarian will be all we have. Don't tease me. After the Darkest Dungeon 2 stream, 2 hours of nobody in chat talking. The streamer has the audacity to say this game's a little hard. All of a sudden, people who haven't left comments since Slay the Spire Ascension 20 runs 5 years ago come out of the woodwork to say, actually, it's really easy. It's probably one of the easiest games I've ever played. 37-year-olds without a driver's license are actually... It's actually like pretty much automatic. Let me give you the 25-step process to figuring it out. I told you earlier, you don't need to summon the anger. It's always burning since the world's been turning. Just don't give me an outlet. I'm 22 without a driver's license. It's okay, you live in San Diego. Actually, now that I remember that I've been there, you kind of need one in San Diego. But whatever, you're still young. I said 37. I deliberately made the joke 3 years older than me. When I make the joke in 3 years, it'll be 40, etc., etc. Applying overburn equal to damage dealt. We can't really afford much. I mean, am I going full health build? It just doesn't... I need to kill enemies faster. I'm always defending myself for how old I am. I'm like, 34 is not that old. Because, like, the older I get, I'm also surrounded by people that are, like, even older than myself. Then I was thinking about it, you know, that idea that, like, oh, Cleopatra lived closer to the modern day than she did to the creation of the pyramids. Different, like, thought experiments like that can change the way you perceive your own age. Here's one that makes me feel old. When I was born, people that were born in 1950 were only 38 years old. They were fucking hot, dude. They were like little babies. When I was a newborn baby, 38-year-olds were people that were born in 1950. They're turning 73 this year. Holy cow. Place me, place me. We got to figure out what to do with Tigris, man. Snoffle goes first. We need a Tigris because we're about to take some damage. You do 3 damage. You do 2 damage. My mistake. Try, give me something like this. This makes sense to me. Oh, I snowed you, so you only hit me once. That's fine. It's not a bad thing. But then I'm like, who the hell is this guy gonna? Oh no, he's still okay. All right, yeah. That's fine. And you're gonna eat a Jun, which is completely acceptable. You're about to snow everybody. When hit, frost the attacker. That won't be happening. We can't play Bushu. That's the problem. Because then it screws up our whole launch strategy. It's like, we don't even really want to snow you. I think it's instead you want to run like a pinkberry juice. Could have put it on you. You're about to attack for 5? Holy frick, dude. And then we want to run something like this. You're gonna smack me, but I smack back, my man. You're about to smack me, but I'm gonna take double damage. Okay, that's not so bad. You apply 1 and barrage. I literally could not care less. You can go ahead and hit just Snoffle with that. And actually, like, you're kind of irritating me, so I'm gonna slow you down. You're about to do 1 damage once. You're about to... This is what we were built for. We were built for this. You should not munch Tigris, though. You should move Tigris up. You munch a Jun would be ideal. Fantastic. You got some double damage on you, but that's okay. Let's slow you down. Oh, we got to do more damage, though. We got to play cards, though. Let's slow you down. Do a little berry barrage. The boss comes out. When snowed, apply double damage to all enemies. Okay, how did you know what I was about to do? Redraw me. Turn 1, let me get a little pinkberry juice on you. Then apply double damage on me. I live with that. Give me a Jun mask here. I don't really want double damage on all of my allies, but we're gonna accept that for the time being. You got quite a lot of double damage on you. I'm not gonna deny that either. But you got so much HP. I feel like I'm kind of chilling. I don't know what to play, though. Feel like my cards are ass. If your cards are ass, why not remove 1 double damage there? And it also makes your Tigris that much better. Your Tigris it would be awesome if they lived through an attack as well. You're doing just fine. You're gonna do 8 damage. It's a great opportunity to summon another Jun right now, I would say. Now you're gonna attack me and you will kill me next turn. Me personally, I'm not a huge fan of that. So I'm gonna slow you for 3. You're going to apply 1 snow, which is going to add the double damage, I'll admit. I'm going to snow you for... three. And you're right, at some point we do have to use Tigris. Like, they're just sitting here doing nothing. It would be nice if you lived. We don't have a Jun, so you're gonna attack and get a kill, which feels great. I should have put the move to... No, the order was fine. I'm not sweating you. Go ahead, we'll increase your health by 1. You're about to hurt me, but not much. You're gonna die in the process. It's great news. Sunburst me. I mean, this Tigris is about to go crazy, man. You know what? Oh, but you go this turn though. Oh, it's so dangerous. You definitely summon a Jun. The barrage does not kill us, and you die to Smackback. You die to Thorns. You die to everything. You're about to leave, which I consider acceptable. Just go ahead and give me one of these. Now, 17 Thorns on you. How's this for a play? I really think our deck is horrendous, though. Like, we gotta figure out what the hell we're doing here. It's fun, but like we're so slow. I think like we don't want to duplicate anything. Let me get a treasure first. Bomb has barraged all enemies. So I no idea. You know what? Here's what I'm gonna say. You summon on the other side and then you get consumed, which I think is great for us. I'm not really worried about the extra damage from the Mimic Smackback. 5 bling on each kill is definitely not what we're looking for. When destroyed, summon Dreg. Dreg. This is what we want, right? It's a sack engine. When destroyed, summon Dreg. Yeah. One day we'll take Blunky, but it's not today. And we don't need Bushu. Bushu cannot be played. We don't really need Snoffle either. This is a nasty fight. I think we need to draw Egg. It's like I need to like slow you and then draw Egg. Thank you. You also need to be slowed. I don't know if that's going to happen though. So 17-4. You're going to eat a random... I really don't want you to eat this guy. You're going to do 4 damage. You're going to do 2 damage. You just happen to play a Snoffle here, and you're taking some hits. Whoa! Oh no, that's bad. I was like, it seemed good because he killed his own dude, but then I was like, that's not so good. We are going to need a Tigris at some point. We also need a Junjun, though. That's the problem. Because otherwise you're gonna eat something. I could recall, but the order is all fucked up. I think we're in a bad spot. You do 11 damage with your attack, too? So I don't think Tigris gets played here. I think it's like... I think you redraw... As crazy as... Well, you could always use... It doesn't let you survive one hit here, but that's okay. You can still use this for some smackback potential. Then redraw and get a Junjun. Okay, now the order is very pertinent. You need to come up here. Not eat you. You gotta die soon. You got okay. Yeah. Well, you do 15 damage, but I can't put you up here because then you'll get eaten. You'll lose the frenzy. Yeah. Okay. Summon a Junjun right here. Aimlessness for 7. Oh, they don't go this turn. They go next turn. Okay. Whoo. We're still in a horrible spot, though. Like, we gotta hit you with this. And then we gotta hit you with this. You're gonna... Oh, and then this is the real boss. I always forget. Okay, you are gonna come up here. We're gonna redraw. Big berry juice me. You're about to attack for 11. Aimless. Not great. Normally you say not terrible after that, but it is pretty terrible. You're going to apply 1 snow. We got to go in on you. There's a chance. Who'd you eat? And I'm like, I could attack you, but I definitely feel like at some point we gotta kill you. I also would like you to die, though. We could guarantee that you get killed by this next turn. Okay. Tarblade for 2. No, I think this is a countdown situation. You go next, but we have because of aimless, it's all messed up now. Yeah, it's all messed up. Let me get a redraw here. Now let's look at this for a second. Let me just look at this for a second. This seems really bad. If I'm, like, listen, if I move any of these units down, they could die. So I think we gotta have the munch the 2 units that if we move them, they would die. We could recall them, but I'm not interested in recalling them if we could just roll the stats into us instead. So we're leaving you down here. There's sense and sensibility involved. You must remain snowed. I'll just level. It's not looking great. I think it's all pretty bad. I think it has to be a snow of some sort. And I think I mean, you were going to do a barrage, which is going to fucking suck. I think it's got to be on you, though. Okay, so we need to figure out, you're going to apply 2 snow. The whole play here was drop a June. Who cares if it gets snowed? Or killed, for that matter. Then your ass just has to go. We might as well play a card. Then we get to our redraw. And then we need, like, Sunlight counter. Sunburst 2/2. There you go. We do 11, they have 11. Oh, but you're not the boss. Every time. I could definitely kill you. That's a given. Let me get smacked a little bit. I'd rather you died in 1 hit. So if we don't want the smack back on this, as stupid as it sounds. And now it's like, if we're gonna have any chance, it's like we're gonna need a palm out there, like at some point. You're gonna do 7 aimless, you're gonna do 5 with the barrage. So I gotta move your ass up here. Summon a Tigris just to take the hit. Oh, yeah, okay. Fair enough. Well, we'll slash marker that one. Call that Cursed WildFrost. I think it was just like an ass deck. I never built anything useful in that entire deck. It became too much of a puzzle the whole time. I guess we'll play 30 minutes of SAP. Slash marker, SAP. Here we are, we're farming. We don't even have the game up yet. I'm right-clicking. I'm loading it. I have to admit there's nothing else to do, even though I hate SAP. I mean, here's the thing. First off, I love SAP. Secondly, WildFrost, every run is like 90 minutes. Darkest Dungeon 2, God Rest His Soul, every run is 3 hours. Tape to tape, the runs are like minimum 30 minutes, but that's if you lose. Like, starting a run with 30 minutes left in the stream is disastrous. You know, you're basically like, you're begging for a loss. It's like starting an Isaac run with 5 minutes. Run this for now. Okay, freeze me. I'll be like a boring investor. So true. I got something stuck in my keyboard. I can't lower my volume the way I used to. Okay, pop this. It's like I'm trying to lower the volume, but the wheel's getting stuck on like a little piece of beef jerky or something. Roll me again. We'll do it like this. How dirty is the keyboard? I mean, it's not that dirty. It has a lot of cat hair on it, which is very annoying for me. Because my cat, Ruka in particular, loves to sleep on top of my keyboard. Like, I come back to my office after being away for a few hours, and it's just like he's got his paw on, like, the 8 key, and then in the Discord, it just says 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, like, over and over and over. Is very annoying to me. And I say, hey, you Harlan Pepper, get off the keyboard. But he does not get off the keyboard. I just enjoy a Storka. So why don't you throw me a Storka right here? I know it's an interesting looking squad for sure. How about an egg on you? Custom keyboard? Not a custom keyboard, just a regular old, it's a Logitech of some sort. Has a G in the top left corner. I would not describe myself necessarily as a keyboard Andy. I'm really just a guy, honestly. Why don't you take a croissant? We'd like to incentivize you sticking around. Not that concerned about a sea turtle, but it probably does beat a duck in this situation. Sure, why not? You ever tried a custom keyboard? I've not, but it just doesn't seem like something that's necessarily for me. You know what I mean? I've never noticed the problem with the real keyboard, or I guess I shouldn't say real. I've never noticed the problem with an out-of-the-box keyboard. How about Catch Me Outside? How about that? How about a level into a Rooster? Rooster's spawn team is kind of looking a little slick with it. I would get rid of a Mosquito for that. My kangaroo. My kangaroo's going sicko mode. NL, when asked about his opinion on any given thing, I'm just a guy. I hate to be this guy, it's mostly just nerd things. I'm not just trying to be like a hater, but it's when people are like, hey, what's your mouse? Well, how many buttons have you got on your mouse? And I'm like, I don't know, like 2 that I use and a scroll wheel, and then there's 2 more that I don't really know what they do. Then people are like, what are your opinions on, like, you know, the discounted cash flow model? And then I start to talk about it like an insane person, and people are like, shut up! Shut up! Who's your favorite stand? And I'm like, I don't know what that is. And they're like, oh, NL's opinion on everything. I don't know anything. And I'm like, I know things! It's just not about the shit that you know about, okay? I do okay in conversation in real life with other normies. It's just on the platform I've chosen to tether myself to that I get roasted all day. You don't get to shoot my pill bug, okay? There are many like it, but this one is mine. Bat chest. Who's your favorite Homestuck troll? Barry? I was just taking a shot in the dark. Are you really calling yourself a normie? I would say that I'm twisted by normie standards, but normie by Twitch standards. Like, it's always funny to me that, like, whenever I come up in other circles, people are like, man, NL's like the most normal streamer. And I'm like, that might be true, but that's just because this website is full of, like, truly insane people. It's a bicycle key? Hello, honey. For my bicycle? Well, thank you. You got a bicycle key for my bicycle? Mm-hmm. Now this is, we're kind of going all in here. I'm buying an apple on turn 8. It's not the kind of trick that a Jedi would teach you about. How was your daycare today, honey? This bulldog's going crazy. He's not going that crazy. He's going crazy enough to stop me, I think. Uh-oh.
It was good.
Okay.
And then she always starts with, she's doing very well. And I go, phew, alright, time to go home. And she's like, oh, but wait. And then she goes, you need some variety for her lunch? Because yesterday you gave her pasta.
Right, yeah.
And then today you gave her pasta again. So, like, put some variety so she doesn't get sick of it. And I was like, what the hell, man? She's eating better than me or Ryan.
She is doing some, well, she's not eating better than me, but, like, go on.
And then...
My diet's in a pretty good place right now.
And then, you know how the whole thing about her is, like, don't put the fruits in the yogurt?
Right, yeah, I've heard that.
I was like, what do you mean variety? What do you want from me? And then she's like, you know, you can put some blueberry in the yogurt. And I'm like, nah, you're asking me to put blueberry in the yogurt?
It's crazy.
I was like, what do you want me to? Like, told me to don't put the fruit in the yogurt, and now you're telling me to fruit in the yogurt? What am I supposed to do here? And then, you know, she's like, change the meat. You know, she doesn't like the meat, so give her some like different types of meat. And I was like, oh, like you mean like lunch meat? And she's like, oh, I don't like those. Maybe you can give her like lunch meat once a week. And I'm just like, how many people in your chat eating lunch meat every day for their sandwich?
I don't know. I don't know if we need to get into all that.
I don't know why she's like, lunch meat is like no good.
Play the doorbell game.
She's eating your daughter's lunch.
That, you know what? That's like a Seinfeld bit right there. What if she is eating our daughter's lunch?
And then
She's like, oh,
"It was
too much
little-
pasta lately.
Yeah, it was like a little unsalted. You could put some salt in your pasta.
Hey, if you could use Pecorino Romano instead of Parmesan Reggiano next time, that would be great, please. Some of the kids here have an allergy to Parmigiano Reggiano.
She was saying like the pasta. Okay, stop going crazy, okay? Go find Luca. She was saying like, oh, you know, maybe rotini. Maybe you could change the type of pasta from like rotini to, you know, linguine or something. And I'm just like, I thought I was like a server.
Oh, I understand. She is very demanding.
And then in the morning, she was like, oh, you dressed your daughter so nicely. It's so cute. Where did you buy those clothes? Afternoon, when I picked her up, it was like, you're putting your daughter in like way too good clothes. She cannot go and play because she's so self-conscious. Put her in like cheap clothes so she can get dirty. And I'm just like, what if you say you like the clothes in the morning and now you're saying I should put her in like a cheaper clothes?
This situation needs to get resolved as soon as possible. Because her problem is becoming my wife's problem. Ergo, it's becoming my problem. Okay, we're officially all in. How about a little of this, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Started with the kiss. That's all in the game of love. Not sure if you're familiar, Chib, with Vanessa Carlton featuring Carlos Santana. Maybe yes, maybe no. I'm not washed anymore. Have you noticed that? Are you guys only seeing British producers, or do you actually get the good stuff? What the hell does that mean? Are you guys only seeing British producers, or do you get the good stuff? Do you have like 2 tabs open right now, and one of them is like Glastonbury EDM Festival? British produce! British produce! To be honest with you, I don't know if we even get like any British produce. We get a lot of Mexico. I should just be buying food. This is super lethal. We get a lot of California. Double apple, I guess. I don't think we import a lot of vegetation from Britain, though. But I don't know. I'd have to check our Tradle archives. We got a 10-piece. I don't believe it. The odds were stacked against us. I don't even know what we did on this encounter, and yet we got there. You've unlocked British wig. Is British produce okay with the daycare lady? I don't know, man. It's just like we've been going through like a lot lately. It's been a very busy, stressful like 4 weeks. It'll be a relief when our daughter is fully in this daycare full time and we can return to normal life. Maybe like a broken baguette. Hey, Steponitis, thank you for the gifted subscriptions. Thank you. I happily accept my draw. There's too many horses. I don't understand why the daycare's messed up. Well, like, in many ways, like, me neither. Like, she pivoted daycares because our old daycare was gonna take, like, an extended holiday that was gonna leave us without daycare for, like, almost the entire summer. So we said, we'll just bite the bullet and we'll pivot daycares early. So we got into this new daycare. And then she's like, well, there's an adjustment period that can sometimes take up to 2 weeks. We're like, that's fine. But like, she started with like an hour a day, then 2 hours a day, then like pre-lunch, then she can stay and like eat lunch and leave right after lunch. And then like sometime this week, she's going to eat lunch and then she's going to have a nap. We'll pick her up after the nap. We're like day by day, we're getting to like picking her up at 4:30 or 5 p.m. And I'm like, I mean, it's hater parlance, but I feel like I need to phone the daycare and be like, people, this is phrasing. I don't want to say people work for a living, but like, have you ever done this before? Because like the only reason we're able to do this is because of the fact that we work like abnormal jobs with, you know, flexible hours that are not even that flexible anymore. Like when you get somebody whose mom is just like, you know, an accountant or something, are they just like, well, I guess I heard all that, but I'm just gonna put them in and pick them up at 5 because I paid you? Like, I guess other people are just more assertive. This run seems kind of cracked so far. Why don't you just go straight up level 3? That's like, we couldn't really have asked for more than this. I think we want to go this, and this. I don't have enough. Oh well. Oh, I didn't even freeze it! Oh, that you are my bitch mother. Daycares are so whack. We had problems with ours too. Like, bro, I'm paying you to watch my kid. Just watch my kid. I know. I don't understand why she's giving my wife like food advice for our kid. Like one of the days we, Kate gave her like a quesadilla, and then our daughter said, "I don't like the quesadilla," and then the daycare lady to my wife was like, "You need to pack her stuff that she actually enjoys eating." I'm like, okay, well, like, what is your ass gonna say when we pack a lunchbox that's got like 7 chocolate bars in it? How about you just feed her the stuff that we gave you, and like, don't think about it so much. Like, you don't worry yourself about the parenting stuff. Just make sure like they don't die during the 7 or 8 hours that they're at your facility, and we'll handle like the parenting. Anyway, I'm sure it'll be fine. But just right now, it's very frustrating because we were like really stressed out. And then she's like, by the way, consider using like ground turkey instead of ground pork in the pasta. And we're like, really? That doesn't seem like pertinent right now. Give me more chickens, maybe? More. I'd like to... We should be buying things that give us a benefit instead of just rolling and wasting our time. Okay, that was a pretty busted round. Especially because the meat ended up being useless. Imagine, though, imagine if we somehow... No, their kangaroo's gonna eat us alive. Maybe she is eating the lunch, man. I don't wanna be accusatory, but there's a chance. Would you take that? Man, I wish I had a second turtle right now. I do. I don't even think we want the sheep here. I think we want to Well, let's just give it a try. Anyway, we appreciate your patience as we've been working through this. The daycare is not the only thing that has us stressed out right now, but it's definitely not helping. Let's put it that way. Send her with a spy cam? No, I have shit to do. It's the whole reason that we got the daycare in the first place is because my ass is busy, my wife's ass is busy. Or we would prefer to be busier, quite frankly. I don't have time to daycare the daycare. I just want the daycare to daycare my child. We're insane at this game. By the way, hello, Chiblee. Hello. Two level 2 roosters, perhaps. Mayhaps. People still say that? Do they still say mayhaps? Or is that like an antediluvian thing? Chiblee knows I'm busy. I haven't even stepped foot in Chiblee's stream for like a month now. It's absurd. I miss ducking in for... Here's the way that my experience on Chiblee's stream would typically go. I would pop in for a second and say, hello, Chiblee, and then I wouldn't even have my headphones on, at which point he would then say something that was, like, targeted towards me, and I would get added by lots of people, but I wouldn't hear it. Why don't you drop this in here? And then, oh, we don't need this turtle anymore. This doesn't really make sense. And then I would leave for 2 hours, and then I would come back, and I would repeat the process. But I haven't even had a chance to do that lately. What a shot. What a shot. We got this. I go to Chib's chat to roast him daily. That's just a lie. Nobody roasts Chiblee. He's the most loved streamer on the platform. Even when he like fails at drawing a clock, everybody's like, "Don't worry about it. You'll get him next time." Then meanwhile, travel for me is like, I want to travel from Canada to Papua New Guinea, and I'm like, "Oh, step 1, I have to go to America." People are like, "Dumbass." Canada borders France via Saint Pierre and Miquelon. Why didn't you start in Saint Pierre and Miquelon and go to France, and then you take France to Germany, and then Germany to Poland, and Poland to fucking, I don't know, you get to Russia, and then you're basically in Papua New Guinea. Listen, I didn't want to have to complete like the whole joke. You know, we're at 8 wins. Freeze both of these bad boys. Turkey's just a better horse. Not for riding. Look at that, I got a turkey anyway. Y'all can stop your complaining. This could be okay. I'm not washed. Okay, you would be fine if I had to. I'm gonna have to, and that's a-okay. I'll put you here in case you spawn something useful. Please, please. I need this today. I need it. Did you hear what we're going through with the damn daycare? What a shot. I think we did it. We did it. I'm crazy with it. The Giga win. Just give me that. Right out of the gates, I enjoy it. Maybe like a sniffing sardines. Ew, ew. Daycare, more like daycare too much about how you raise your daughter. Okay, that's a +2. But even still, I'm annoyed because we're raising our daughter fine. It's not like we're like, you know, just letting her sit there. Like we're, we just gave her pasta 2 days in a row. And she's like, you gotta just give her some variety. I said, pasta 2 days in a row? That's like, you know, there's people out there that eat pasta like 30 days in a row. They live in a country called Italy. Maybe you've heard of it. I don't really like tamarind. I'm gonna try something a little psycho here. And it is a little psycho. I feel called out. I don't think there's anything wrong with eating pasta 2 days in a row or 30 days in a row. I'm a normal, well, what's the word I'm looking for? Normal's probably not it. I'm like a routine eater. I could eat the same thing for dinner 7 nights a week, and as long as I enjoy it and not get too concerned about it. Like my parents definitely are of the opinion, the position that like you have to have some, if you had salad last night, you can't have a salad tonight. So I grew up and it would be like, you would eat, on Monday, let's just say you would have like chili. Then on Tuesday, you can't have chili. So you would have like, let's say, some curry. Then, on Wednesday, you would eat the leftover chili. And on Thursday, you would eat the leftover curry. For me, it extends the amount of time that a food is in the fridge. I don't like to carry that much food debt in my refrigerator. We don't do this because my wife is normal and I'm insane. But when I'm home alone, I cook like a chili, and then for dinner I have chili, and then for lunch the next day I have chili, and then for dinner the next night I have chili. And breakfast I'll mix it up because I gotta eat faster. I can't afford to be warming stuff up. I'll just have a bowl of Vector or something instead. But for lunches and dinners, I'm like chili, 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 chili. She's like, Finally, I suggested sushi, the food I knew she wanted to eat anyway. And she's like, if that's what you want. Maybe there's worms in this one. Daryl. I named 7 other cuisines. No, Greg. Okay, this bulldog is gonna own us. I wish my girlfriend liked sushi. I would say it's like a blessing and a curse. I think Chibli could make like a joke about it. The joke could be like, women love sushi. That's the whole joke. My impression of a woman. Do you feel like sushi tonight? This is Chibli's joke, not mine, okay? Don't cancel me. Women will be doing something else and then out of nowhere say something crazy like, do you want to eat sushi tonight? See, we're getting there. There's a joke coming out of this somewhere. They do be loving sushi. They won't let me say it, but you can say it. I mean, you could flip the script too. Men will really they'll be like, oh, I've been craving steak all week. Yeah, oh, this steakhouse is so good. You want to go to this steakhouse with me? It's such a great steakhouse. Then when they get there, they'll like, I'll take the burger. Shit makes me sick. It's the greatest steakhouse in the city. Oh, what are you gonna have, sir? Sir, for you? We have a great New York strip tonight. We have a dry aged ribeye. We do all the dry aging in house. Oh, I'll take the burger. Of course you will, yes. And what will you have as a side, sir? I was thinking the French fries. Very good, sir. What am I doing with this run? I'm losing, aren't I? That's what I'm doing. Why am I being called out? I'm not calling anybody out. You're calling yourself out. We don't need a level 2 horse. That can also leave. We can replace it with a skunk. You could give us a level at some point. You move to the front, you move back. Okay, food for worms, boys. Food for worms. Curly or straight cut. If they got curly and it's not much of an upcharge, I prefer to go a little curly. I know all curly fries are the same, but perhaps that's why I enjoy them all the same. Curly by any other name would taste as sweet. Sure, but the burger's 18 bucks and the steak is 45. You're the one who wanted to go to a steakhouse. Your wife would have been perfectly fine just going to the sushi restaurant. But no, you had sushi too much recently. Big Daddy wants to eat a steak. Then when he gets there, he orders a burger. She's getting the ick, bro. She's getting the ick. Some of this. Feed me. We're going to lose. I'm realizing now we have already lost. Looking pretty bad. Wait, looking pretty possible? Looking pretty doable. Also, sushi's expensive. I forget we live in different parts as well.
Our daughter likes to be thrown onto the bed.
Okay.
By you.
Was that a good opportunity to...
You have to go like this. And then
Heave
go,
ho, yeah.
like that.
Was that a good opportunity to get some frustration out today?
No.
All right, well,
I was actually just having a pure fun. What happened to the bubbly can?
I crushed it because I got mad at Chad. But
Oh my god! Did you show Chad?
I did. I held it up to the camera and went...
Oh my god! What kind of violence? It's the violence! That was your blood! Our daughter ripped the cabinet door from our kitchen, or her kitchen.
Our daughter did rip off a cabinet door in her kitchen.
And I said, what the heck was that? And then she said, the cabinet is better without the door. And I'm like, how did you do that?
She's pretty strong.
That's your blood, that's your DNA. Crazy stuff.
And also in my DNA, she made you fix it. Please. I don't have to have a 10-piece. Just don't embarrass me, okay? Don't embarrass me. My wife knows better than to give me a screwdriver. Tell Kate the sushi bit. I'm sure the first like hour of her stream is always just chatting. I'm sure she will. I'm sure she'll hear about it. Let's put it that way. But she's gonna roast me a little bit. Here's my prediction for how it would go down. She's gonna be like, yeah, I like sushi, but if I let Ryan order the food, he would always order something I don't like Nando's, which is literally just like roasted chicken and potatoes. And then someone in the comments would be like, actually, he mentioned that he likes to eat Mexican food. And she'll go, yeah, that's pretty true. He does like to eat Mexican food, but I don't know. Like, sometimes you get the Mexican food, I just don't get it. It's just like, it's tortillas and cheese. Like, it's not really to my liking that much. And then she's going to have to admit at some point that she does always go for sushi if she's choosing the meal. It's like a 100% certainty. So just like... I'm fully prepared for it, and none of that was a lie on her end, by the way. Bro, stop pre-moving. I go this, here. They move here. I go here. I don't watch a lot of chess in the modern era. I think we just lost. Certainly seems like it. OMG. She pooped a big one? No! Please win faster? Well, I lost faster. Alright, I'll send you over to my wife's stream, /marker sap. I gotta find some easier fucking games to play, man. Like, SAP is fine. But WildFrost and Darkest Dungeon 2? We need more people making games for idiots, dude. Anyway, I'll send you over to my wife's stream. I think tomorrow's going to be a normal stream. I think I'm going to be here at the normal time. I think I'm going to be done at the normal time, so that'll be nice. I'll see you then.